You made them the most popular comic book in the world. You voted their television premiere your favorite Fox Kids show. Now, those amazing Mighty Mutants are back in one incredible hour that'll knock you out.
Surrender, mutant.
Of course not.
This one is for you.
Watch the series premiere of X-Men next Saturday morning on Fox.
See, and that's what we had growing up. Like,
Flashback to my young adulthood right there.
It's dreadful.
oh man, that's a huge. Every what was it like? Every week, those commercials would play of like, oh, Saturday, we gotta like, everyone wake up Saturday.
I should have brought it down. I was in the Fox Kids Club, and I got they would send you a magazine every month about all the shows and all that, and I had activities.
Wow.
And you could like send in your drawings. I remember I drew one of the characters and sent it in. They showed them during the commercial break.
And we got celebrity status here. So what's up, Evan?
They
How's
used
it going?
to actually have the kids card too. They send it to your house.
Yeah, I used to have that. I lost that a long time ago though. Probably got shredded.
I never lost any of my things. It's just like when I moved from one state across to California, my mom threw away everything. Everything.
A lot of people have those horror stories, man. Mom,
Yeah, I know that drama.
Goods.
Put it in a binder, put it in a sleeve, made sure like it was no one's way. Freaking covered everything. I told her 50 times, threw it away.
Yeah, all my Thundercats, G.I. Joes are supposedly in Pennsylvania's in my cousin's attic. I'm like, yeah. All I know is, again.
When was the last time you visited them?
Decades.
Do you guys got Goodwills by you?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, still in elementary, my mom got rid of all my He-Mans, Thundercats, Dino Riders, and one more toy line. She gave them the Goodwill. Oh, all my Masters of the Universe. That's the other one. Go on.
Could you imagine like the adults that picked it up? He was like, "Oh, look at this!"
Right.
Well, if you guys didn't know already, we're going to be talking about the X-Men '97, the whole season. So just a heads up, I'm going to put this here for like a couple minutes, just in case no one read the title or reads this in the bottom.
There's gonna be spoilers.
A lot of spoilers. It was good, man. It was good. Like not going to spoil or anything. It was good. Like I finished it this week, and I was very, very much. When people overhype things, like you're like, they're just like hyping it up. They're just loving it because in the moment that's what everyone's talking about. But I started watching it. I was like, oh shoot, like this is good. This is good.
Oh, that's right. Because you binge watched it, right?
Mm-hmm. I binge watched, like half.
Did you watch the original series first?
I watched the original series. Yeah. I watched like a 40 minutes like little synopsis on the whole series, like where everyone cuts it down. I mean, like for back then it was good, but I don't know, like if I could go and rewatch the old episodes, they're kind of corny.
Yeah, I watched it every.
How dare you?
I know.
Every Saturday when it aired, and I loved it. And then when I was an adult, I went to convention and bought a bootleg that had every episode on it. I was so excited to rewatch it. It was horrendous.
I disagree.
It was a struggle to get through it, but I did it, and it was so ugly and gross. I was like, I can't believe I liked this show.
The animation was a bit stiff.
Yeah, it was horrible.
The stories
and it only got worse as the seasons went on.
Yeah, that last season was terrible. Like the animation was very weird.
So I just started rewatching. I'm up to season 2 of my younger son. He's 7, and he loves it. So it's been great to rewatch it with him, and he's actually he's pointing at the statues I have. He's like, "Oh, that's Wolverine." Oh, so it's kind of cool.
You have him in the back.
Back in the summer, because I knew obviously '97 was coming, and it had been a long time since I watched it. And one of the first things you catch obviously is that the animation's a little bit janky, but the stories were still solid. The voice acting was great. The characters were great. The stories they were telling a little less adult than they are now because they can get away with it. It's not on a kids TV show on Saturday morning. But I thought it was still really solid. A lot of those stories that they told, like the Dark Phoenix, Days of Future Past, they were all like really, really legit.
Story-wise, they were great. I thought.
Yes.
Yeah,
They were
story-wise.
They were stealing from the comic books. which was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I already knew the comic books before the show happened, so it was neat to see that
Right.
kind of happen. And
Yeah. The guy who was like the showrunner, he wasn't getting the green light on a lot of those characters like Deadpool and stuff like that, because if he wrote Deadpool in the script, they wouldn't allow him to put it in there. But he realized they didn't know any of these characters, so he would just say mutant in red and black outfit, and they'd go, "Yeah, it's green lit," and he'd put Deadpool in there. They had no clue what he was doing.
I heard they got in trouble for putting X-Force and X Factor characters in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was getting stuff all the time, but they no one above him knew any real story about who the characters were, so he was free reign to just kind of manipulate them as he saw fit.
He also got in a lot of trouble for doing that one little scene of Spider-Man going like that on the bridge. Remember in the old series, he got in trouble for that too.
Yeah, no, he definitely caught some heat, but thanks to him, and everything the groundwork he laid back then, we were able to get this, which was, in my opinion, a masterpiece.
Yeah, this was much better. It wasn't a 10 out of 10 to me. I got some gripes, but we'll go over that later.
I was only for a lot of the episodes. I was like, ooh.
I always ask this, for this new season, did you guys watch it like on a 65-inch, on your mobile phone or your tablet? What did you guys watch this on?
I watched it on I think my TV is like 53 inch.
53-inch. How about you, Loco?
65 in the bedroom.
Big guy over here.
And for me, but it's only because I'm old and my eyes are dying. I need a big screen.
Yeah, me too. I watched it on my OLED, and the colors pop when there's animation, like OLEDs. Like I
Animation
love.
was so good in this.
Yeah.
Especially the fight scenes.
I had the surround
action.
sound. I had
So good.
my phone on mute. I had my cat. I played with my cat for a little bit. Tired her out, and then put it on full blast. Everything was great. Even the intros were great. We're gonna get into the episode 1, and I'm only gonna do this once, the credits, the intro basically. But I loved it, man. Like they kept to the original, and I thought it was badass.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
What I loved about it is they changed them throughout the episodes, and they
yeah.
moved people, added people. I thought that was really cool.
And it was all directly related to kind of what was going to happen in the episode. Really.
Yeah.
Sick.
I thought I was the one that caught that logo, but I guess when Magneto came out in the other intro, I was like, "Oh, there's Magneto."
Yeah.
Made me cry a little bit when who is taken off.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Jean. This is updated, of course, with the new character animations, but same style as before.
Yep.
So I'll wait till it happens.
Morph was an interesting character for me. We'll get to it, I guess.
I think he was done so much better in this cartoon. Well, I guess they killed him off right away on the other ones, but
supposedly, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Morph, Rogue. These are the main characters. It's a good amount of main characters for a show.
They didn't did they use the original voice actors, or
they did?
They did.
They had to. She sounded 100 years old.
Some of them were. Some of them weren't. Some of the people had passed away, like the guy who did Cyclops' voice, Magneto's voice. Those guys passed away a couple years ago.
Yep.
So
they were over here at MegaCon when they were doing signings and stuff. So it was kind of cool to see them.
Oh, did you get their autographs?
I'm sorry? No, I didn't. I didn't.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, they did. They even shifted some guys around, like the guy who voiced Gambit back in the old show. He voiced Cable in this one, and they had some new guy come in to do Gambit, and then the guy who voiced Cable did Executioner, who was the guy who made the assassination attempt and wound up shooting Storm.
That's how
They shifted some of those guys around for some reason, which I'm not certain why, but everything sounded great, so I can't complain.
It's just like Evan said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Look at that. They just added a 97. I was like, yes. Don't change the logo. Don't change the logo.
The music was slightly different, but it was perfect. Like the notes were all the same, but it was definitely, different recording, updated sounds, but it was really slick. Yeah. Good to see they kept it.
So it starts off with the title, To Me, My X-Men is episode 1. And I love how it just continues on from the previous season. There's no filler, there's no huge gap. It just continues on.
Yeah.
And they got CMP. Like they didn't ask me for my rights. So. That's all good. It was interesting. Yeah.
Like they tried to keep it hidden that wasn't Sunspot. Like if you know the comic books, you know that's Sunspot.
Yeah, they did.
Trying 2024, Yeah, this is something I could not like. What's up with their braids?
Yeah.
Like their what's it called? What's that character called? Mega Man.
Yeah.
Mega Man arms.
Oh, the blaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got rejected from G.I. Joe and they got downgraded to here.
What was they called? There was a vigilante group in New York growing up, and it was the same thing with the berets.
You're right.
Angels or something.
Absolutely right. Yep.
The Subway Angels or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the leader had the beret. He was always on TV talking and stuff.
Yeah. And cross between G.I. Joe looked like now, you just mentioned that too.
So here's one thing I hate about the show. I hate Mohawk Storm.
Oh, you do?
Mute him.
You know what? I'll do something better. There.
I never really liked it, but I thought it looked decent here. I was never a fan of Mohawk Storm either, but I thought it looked good here.
I thought it looked good here too. I don't always like her, like not all the time, but like the Mohawk one. But here,
Yeah, Mohawk. That's not my Storm.
I can agree with that too.
I thought Bishop was a little too clean cut looking.
Yeah, I missed the mullet.
Yeah, he was a little bit more wild looking back in the day.
Do you guys think I see a lot of anime here? To be honest,
Yeah.
The animation definitely felt anime.
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. Just like
No, I think it helped in this case, especially with all the fight scenes.
Now, when they were in action scenes, the animation was fluid, but then the day-to-day stuff, just walking from here to the table, was very jittery, very jolted. It like didn't look good. It was weird.
Let's see if this one works.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're comparing it to modern day anime, but comparing it to the show from back in the 90s,
They must have had two different animation studios, one just for action and one for the.
I think you're right.
In
It
between.
looked that way because it was very different looking during the animation, like the fight scenes.
And then here's how you can tell it really was 1997, because they let a straight white male save two POC, people of color.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That would never happen in a Marvel project nowadays. It had to be 1997.
This was interesting. Like the way they introduced the characters, really cool scene.
Yeah.
And you know that Bishop design is based off of Webster, or was it Webster or Gary Coleman
It
on that
is?
magazine cover? You guys never saw that?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't remember seeing
He's
that.
dressed like a conductor.
Is that why I mean, I guess I could see it a little bit.
It was what's his name? Gambit always like that with his like hair like that? Do you guys remember?
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
kind of always kind of flopping around.
Flopping around?
I thought once he took the black part off, it like would fall down and be long. I thought it was only the black thing that kept it up.
Yeah, that's probably how it should have been. But
I know that outfit caught a lot of slack, and then I was trying to find it. Facebook had a good post. It was showing a bunch of different people, guys with crop tops back then. It was like Tom Cruise had one, and a bunch of other celebrities during the 80s. did the
Yeah,
same,
glam rock
look.
was like that.
Yeah.
This is funny because like I was like, oh shoot, Xavier's back. Like he's walking.
Then it
Yeah, he's walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Morph, and all the cameos that he did in the series for him was great.
I bet in the script they just call him Cameo Machine.
I try to get
I
a
don't-
ton of his cameos, so in case you guys
I don't remember him having anything other than their looks back in the day. Like in this show, he had all their powers as well, which I don't recall being the case back in the day.
Well, you know, nowadays they do secondary mutations where they have more than one power. Maybe this is his. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm
can see that.
just spitballing.
I mean, it's a good way to explain it, at least.
come to find out, Cyclops impregnated Jean Grey, and that's crazy.
Cyclops likes it raw.
Hey, someone's having fun in the mansion.
Yeah. And yeah, they find that I guess humans are making these like what are these called? Like these
Inhibitor collars.
Yeah.
collars. Yep. So and there's Beast right there. I did like seeing the Beast from that one movie, like the real life Beast at the end of the movie, supposedly.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, that
That looked great.
But yeah, it's just like the first episode was like, you know, a little bit. When I first watched it, I was like, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Like starting to get like, you know, starting to get their like foot in the door and everything.
Yeah.
And completely forgot they're in the X Mansion too. So they're using the that one room downstairs. The what's the room called?
Danger Room.
Danger Room. Yeah.
That looks like P Diddy at one of his parties.
I saw something he did today. I don't. Like, there's a
I
video
saw
on
that
it.
too.
I didn't get to see the video, but like I saw that there's a video out there now. I was like,
Yeah.
Yep.
but yeah, there you go. Wolverine's back. I'm kind of glad they got the original voice actors, but then like you could tell like they're definitely getting older. You know?
Yeah.
You certainly could.
Rogue doesn't sound the same to me.
Oh yeah.
Rogue definitely sounded a lot older to me, or you know, like it was a strain to put that voice on. Where in the original series, it sounded like effortless.
That was a cool.
Yeah, I love.
That's great.
Yeah.
I collect a lot of Bowen stuff. I might go back. There's a whole packet that they sold back in the day of Bowens of this group right here. I have to go back.
Would you guys trust anything that Beast makes in that laboratory? I mean, his blue hair has to get in everything. All the test tubes, all the tests got to come out wrong. I bet the rest of the X-Men have to take allergy medication just to live with them.
That's funny.
And yeah, they're looking for Trask. I thought he died in the previous season. No, because when he was making those molds, I thought they got rid of him. Could be wrong.
If I remember correctly, in the original series, they were gonna when they decided that Master Mold told him that humans or mutants were humans and he had to protect them from each other, like he was taking over.
Yeah,
That was the last time we really showed him, if I'm not mistaken. He was in kind of a key player.
I remember something like that. But this is cool. I love seeing these old school Sentinels. Like
Me too.
This looks bad. I'm sure they're gonna make a statue of this. I'm pretty sure.
I've been waiting forever for a good Sentinel statue.
Yeah, Master Mold statue.
Yeah, and then this is where you find out Xavier is still, you know, here's his death certificate. Even though they took his body to somewhere else, but
11/96.
To the Shi'ar.
He went to go smush that bird vagina.
Yeah.
Galaxy far, far away. And yeah, so like this is funny because like who's the one that breaks this? Like I think it's Wolverine, right? Wolverine accidentally throws the ball through the window, hits the glass, and goes through and hits this portrait.
Oh, I missed that.
You missed that? Like that's how it falls over. Like, and that's why Cyclops gets pissed off and he steps outside.
Sounds about right. I vaguely remember. I watched it the day it aired, so a couple months ago.
He's out there too. Like, tell him what's up, what's going on out here.
Oh, Daddy's here to yell at us.
Yeah, their humor is pretty good, man. Even now, it's pretty good.
This part looked anime, I think, if I recall, the whole dance scene and everything.
Like the most anime right here. Yep.
This reminded me of the Blade warehouse scene, Blade 1 at the beginning.
Put that song on. Oh yeah, and this is where you find out like they're like, I mean, like the whole series, you know, like they're into each other, but they're still battling it. Like they can't touch each other.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And this is like, I don't know, there's like some things going on around the internet where I guess what's this guy's name again? Morph is into Logan.
Yeah, it's in the show.
Yeah, it's in the show, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know, like they spread it out through the whole series until the very end. So I was like, oh, I never would have guessed that. Yeah, there's the enemy right there.
For sure.
It was cool. It was cool.
She's gonna be the best party goer, her own fireworks and everything. Disney would hire her in real life.
So the whole thing is like they're trying to capture this guy because like the Sentinels were after him, right?
I think it's because he's rich. They're trying to get him back to his parents.
Oh, they're trying to. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I've completely.
Yeah.
They go back to this guy. What was the deal with this guy? Was he in the original series?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. He's the he was the first main bad guy, I think, on if I remember season 1 again, but
He reminds me of the gym teacher from Beavis and Butthead.
I haven't seen that in a while. But yeah, and this is where you see Jean Grey get into his head, and you find out somebody else is in there. Who was inside of his head again?
Probably Sinister.
Was this
Was it Sinister, or were they implying that might have been Bastion?
Oh yeah, maybe.
It goes Bastion, yeah. Yeah,
Skeletor.
this was cool, man. This is where you get to see the cool animation. Oh, I had to ask you guys something about like how many jets do they have? And, like one gets torn apart, one gets blown up, one gets shot down.
Xavier's rich.
Yeah.
Like that we had a comment about it. Like
It did, like it was the fourth one this week or something, right?
the way they implied, they said Beast just keeps making them, building brand new ones.
Yeah.
conveyor belt to them.
If they had Quicksilver on the team, it'd be a lot easier to make them.
The Master Mold. Yeah, here he goes. This was like, I don't know if you guys got to see or hear this in surround sound. This was pretty good, man. You get to hear the Sentinel just rip it up. I thought the sound was pretty good in the show. I was reading comments where they're like, they wish the X-Men weren't able to destroy the Sentinels so easily. But I'm like, this is like the 6th, 7th season, man. They've been battling these things forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the waves that they come in, they have to be able to wreck right through them.
Yeah. And yeah, this is what I think put it on the map. This is what everyone was talking about.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
Cyclops had always been a bitch to me until this first episode. I was like, wow, they fixed Cyclops. They make him look like a man.
In the animated series, I agree. He was like a big crybaby Boy Scout, but in this, they fixed him up good.
So did he ever do that in the comic books? Anyone know?
No
I've
idea.
never seen him do that.
He's one of those guys whose powers have definitely evolved. And he's in the comics, he got to a point where he was like, as my buddy put it when I was talking about this show, because he's a huge Cyclops fan, he said he got to the point where he was like so calm in crazy moments that it was almost like psychopathic, like this ridiculous amount of calm during. So he definitely moved on from being a big Boy Scout.
And that's where we get the name of the episode, X-Men, or My X-Men on Me. What did you say?
To me, my X-Men.
I completely messed that up. Yeah.
You were calling for an orgy.
On me.
On Me.
My only small gripe with Rogue there is what's up with the green jacket? She's supposed to wear brown.
Oh yeah, good catch.
Yeah.
I wonder why, yeah.
Was it that way throughout?
Maybe
green.
for Gambit later on, so they don't, I don't know.
Oh, Morph took her jacket.
Oh yeah, it's like, so that was cool, and then they land. I thought this was pretty cool, man.
That was a cool scene. Yeah.
Great sequence.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like Doctor Strange.
A lot, yeah. There's another scene where he looks like a ton like him. But yeah, this is where you get to see them like kick ass. Like each one of them kick ass. Like Wolverine and everybody just started kicking ass.
Yeah, this was a great scene.
It's almost like movie quality right here, man. Like I feel like could be watching a movie right now. But this is when like what do the Sentinels say when Storm comes out?
Omega level mutant.
Yeah, I love that. But yeah, I love this scene, man. 1 second. I'm gonna invite one more person. Completely forgot to invite him. But yeah, what do you guys think up to this point? Like, are you guys loving it? Are you guys like thinking about it? Or you guys?
I liked it.
I was pleasantly surprised because there was a lot of negative stuff came out like the month leading up to it. With
Right.
the show water getting tossed, and then there was a lot of talks about all the things going on and the disruption, and it just seemed like, is this going to be a train wreck or not?
I didn't watch it right away. I was gonna wait and binge them all, but then I kept hearing great things about it. I was like, wait a minute, let me check it out, and then I ended up liking it.
How about you, Loco? Did you?
Yeah, I think in the beginning it was a little slow, and then it just it just clicked. Especially when that pop scene came on, they all started fighting, and then after that, I knew I was watching every week.
Yeah, same.
Damn it, Jarhead, why being so rude, man?
No.
How's it going, Jarhead?
What's up?
We're almost done with the first episode.
And you got
All of us, yeah.
X-Men 97 shirt.
I forget what I got. This.
I got mine from Target. Target.
What's up, Gotham Cenobites? Evening, watching Dune with the wifey. Just pop in and say, hey, what's up? Yeah, so Jarhead, just to catch you up real quick, we're going over the first episode. We're like pretty much towards the end of the episode, but do you remember this?
Oh yeah, this is the. Did you get to the part where they go Omega mutant or level threat identified?
Yeah, we just got there.
Yeah. You were like, "Oh, what's going on?" And all of a sudden, Storm pops up. And
Yeah, when they said that, I was like, damn right she is.
Yeah.
then she proceeded to fuck some shit up.
It was great. It was perfect, man. The way she came in and everything and lifted them all up, and I was like,
Yeah, and there was like it looked like hundreds of them just flying in the air. Like it was.
Yeah.
Nuts.
yeah, and they started dropping, and I was like,
Yeah.
God, this is perfect.
The animation, man. Like as soon as this came up and you saw the animation, like you could see the lightning strikes hitting the sand, and it was turning it into glass.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't know.
That was nuts.
Nerd.
Hey, you got an X-Men shirt on, son.
Magneto's Omega level, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Iceman's Omega level, Storm's Omega. There's quite a few actually.
Yeah, there are.
Oh, Gambit's Omega level. No, I'm kidding. Like didn't get to see this guy pop up, and then this is the scene. Oh, go ahead.
I hated this part.
You hated this part.
I
don't know,
hated it.
This scene was like most talked about when this episode came out. I was
When
like,
Gambit charges something, the whole thing's gonna explode. Wolverine's whole body is gonna explode.
yeah.
Remember Marvel vs. Capcom games when he grabbed you, his grab move, he would charge their body, kick him away, and the whole person would explode.
So,
Not just one part of him.
hold on 1 second though. Gambit cannot charge organic matter. Okay, so he can't blow up organic matter. So that being said, he charged Wolverine's claws, but they're indestructible.
Yep.
So, I don't
Tell
know.
that to Magneto.
Well,
Ah.
he can pull them out of your body.
Mhm.
They're just indestructible metal. So
All right. Out nerded me.
X-Men's my jam, man.
Me too, man.
This is where you see a morph go into the blob.
These are-
Awesome. I gotta get the statue now, Jarhead.
They used more like as a gateway to other
Yes.
IPs,
Which was
characters. Like they used him as like, hey, look at this character, look at this character, look at this character.
I think they didn't overdo it too, though. They could have like just done the same character over and over again, but they did a ton of separate ones.
Yeah, I thought it was well done when they did it. Even the first time you really saw it in the courtroom.
Yeah.
And you heard that, Jarhead? He's getting morphed.
Oh, is he?
Like on YouTube.
There's a custom group making one right now.
Yeah.
Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Yeah, and they arrest his ass. I never understood the whole UN. They're like, are they really like needed? Like, they're like from the human side, I guess. But is it still the US that's controlling everything, or is it UN? Or
I will say real quick, Cyclops has some great posture. When he's standing straight up, he's standing straight up.
Yep. No back problems there.
Nope.
I
think
hate
I just
it.
went to debutante school.
And yeah, and get to see what this guy's all about.
I like that they introduced him as like the introductory character, like how Jubilee was
in the original. Yeah.
Yeah, like she was the audience for us, you know, like in the original one, to introduce the characters and kind of say what was going on. And they did that with him on this one, basically.
Now this is a bit of a plot hole because Sunspot did make a cameo in the original series as
Did
a
he? I don't
full-fledged
remember.
member of X-Force, I think. X-Force or X-Factor, one of them. So I remember he was my favorite character on that team. I had his action figure and everything and trading cards. And I was amped when I seen him in that one scene in the original series. So I thought this was kind of strange that, oh, now he's acting like he's not a mutant when he was back on one of those teams back in the old series. But it was only
That was
just
his older brother.
Got out nerded out again.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm just
There's
kidding.
no little brother.
Episode. Okay, we're still in the first season. Oh, I'm sorry, first episode. What was going on here again?
They were
Basketball game.
outside relaxing, and you know,
This is before Magneto showed up.
yeah, right before the big reveal that Magneto was there.
This is we should separate from the X-Men.
Oh yeah.
They made a custom of Rogue playing basketball from this, I believe.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty hot.
So since I missed it, did y'all see that weird ass outfit Gambit was wearing, like in the beginning when they were in, like he was making
yeah,
that?
you missed it.
Oh yeah, we're talking about that.
We were I was saying that someone on Facebook, I forget what it is, put a bunch of 80s outfits, like I forgot which actors they were, but there was a bunch of actors who used to wear crop tops back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So it was very fitting. But who was it?
Oh, there we go. Beast is like, there's a intruder alert within the mansion. How did it get past us? Blah blah blah.
Apple owes him money.
Yeah, right. Look at that original Apple Watch right there.
Oh, Will Smith, Johnny Depp, whoever this other guy is, I forget his name, wearing crop tops back there in the old TV shows.
That should be an art print, right, Jarhead? Look at that.
Look at Jubilee getting ready to do Kamehameha.
That's not racial, is it?
I don't know if it should be an art print with Madeline Pryor over there holding her tummy. I don't know.
Yeah,
Jean Grey.
That's Madeline Pryor right there.
there it is.
Yeah, this is where you get to see. I don't know whose last will and testament is like this fancy, but that's pretty.
It's a novel.
Yeah.
Actually, mine's a 3-parter, so I have books that big, 3 parts though.
So, and yeah, he looks scary to me, man. I was like, oh shit, that's Magneto. Oh, shit. Really, really different. But yeah, so that's the end of the first episode. A lot in one episode, man. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a good intro.
Gonna get to the second episode. So this one's called Mutant Liberation Begins. Starts off with a kid falling off a Ferris wheel, or the Ferris wheel breaking or something.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. You get executive producer Kevin Feige. Dang. Yep. It's gonna fall on her ass.
And Daddy shows up and saves the day.
Magnus. I don't know why, like I don't know how like they get like a Batman TV screen inside their house. Like this is crazy, man.
Money.
You
Money
don't have one of
talk.
those?
What's up?
You don't have one of those?
I don't. I do not.
Baby's rich,
I
man.
thought everybody did.
But yeah, you get to see Magneto saving some humans.
You need mutant level strength to lift that TV up there.
Wow. And like this reminded me of like Dr. Evil, like when they have like little, I don't know. This reminded me of Dr. Evil for some reason.
Dr. Strangelove.
Who is she again? She's supposed to be like the UN ambassador, or U.S. ambassador?
I thought she was some
No.
kind of senator or something. I don't know.
No, she was like in the comic book. She was the liaison for X Factor.
Oh, okay.
I forget her name. But she's like the go-between like the mutant teams and the government, basically.
Gotcha. So she's legit to the comics, sounds like.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yep. They're gonna pop these guys' heads off out in the sewers for some reason. No one knows. With their Mega Man
These are
arms.
Morlocks.
That dude all the way on the right, he's supposed to be, his bottom half's supposed to be a vehicle, ain't it? Ain't that the dude who?
No, you're thinking of a different guy.
Okay.
These are the Morlocks. These are the guys, the people that live in the sewers,
Yeah,
the mutants.
And they
'Cause
always
they,
get caught.
the mutant underground dwellers.
the guy you were thinking about, he's like a human that got turned like with augments on his
Like
skin to
Yeah,
fight
like a
people.
tank lower
Yeah.
half of his body.
Yeah.
And this is where Magneto promises one of them, like, you'll never have to fear again. I was like, oh shoot, I want that love.
And this is another plot hole because they said that dude, the green guy, makes people's powers go away when they're near him or when
Yeah.
they're in proximity, and he can't control it or something like that. So
Yeah.
everyone's like, why are they able to use their powers around him?
Yes. His name's Leech.
Leech, that's it.
Leech.
This is where you find out like Magneto and Rogue are best of friends.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of weird if you think about it, because how much older he is than she is, and when she came to him a long time ago, that's when they started this relationship. So it's
Yeah.
kind of
She has daddy
Well, so-
issues because her mother's her dad, apparently.
she's sounding a little bit. He's sounding a little bit like Drake right now.
It's a trap.
Magneto just living every guy's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that sweet outfit he's got on.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys, what do you guys think of his outfit?
Sun's out,
I
guns
don't
out.
There was a stretch in the comics though where he had it when he was like leading the X-Men.
Yeah.
People
It-
forgot
it-
his name.
It's basically it was called the Trial of Magneto, and he joined the X. It's the same. It's like what they got from the comic books, and they put it on the screen basically here.
It's a superhero outfit.
Yeah, it's when he joined. It's when he first joined the X-Men, so
Okay.
it's accurate to the comic book.
Well, he's basically telling them Xavier left them everything, so you guys are gonna fall under me, and then Cyclops is being a little B, and
I definitely heard about that one.
oh, this was interesting, man. This is where Madeline, what's her name again?
Island Pryor.
Madeline Pryor.
Yeah, she admits to Storm to like what did she say to her? Like, I wish my kid was a human instead of a mutant or something.
Wanted to be normal.
Yeah, wanted them to be normal instead of a mutant. I thought that was crazy.
Trying to deprive us of cable and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, just laughter right there.
Yeah, right? Alright, this one she wants to come smash.
I like this. He was reflecting on his terrible days with that helmet in his hand.
Is that a comic accurate thing that she can touch him because he has an electromagnetic field?
Yes.
It is?
Yeah,
I thought they smushed in the Savage Lands because he lost your powers in the Savage Lands. That's what I remember.
that too.
They were
That
also
happened,
a
and
couple
they
in Age of Apocalypse.
they were married in the Age of Apocalypse. They actually had a kid in the Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, I didn't read Age of Apocalypse. I skipped it because I hated the character designs. I didn't like it.
His their kid name was I think it was Charles
Okay.
or Charlie.
Slap in the face.
Some Dark Cross. This was badass.
This was good.
Yeah, they should be flying wooden helicopters.
Well, you know, they're all thinking about their guns, you know, and they're like, he's not gonna do nothing. He's like, nah.
I like how you see an X right there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Now, why do you have to fly? Couldn't you just do that from the ground? It's like, make me more of a target.
He's got to show he's rising above them. They're below him. like how Black Adam does in the comic books. He's always floating because he wants everyone to know they're below him, beneath them.
That's The Rock, but yeah, it's also Black Adam. The Rock thinks he's above everybody. This was interesting. He gives himself up. What do you guys think about that? Like,
it's what he should have done.
I think it was, him showing
that he's changed.
He was trying to take charge the way that Xavier wanted, even if it was against his better judgment. He was giving it a hell.
Yeah,
I think Magneto is always one of my all-time favorite characters, and I don't know if he's ever been better represented than he was on this show.
Wow.
Character.
Especially the thong.
This was pretty funny. So he's watching TV, he's watching them in court, and then instead of going to court with them, he stays behind.
Yeah.
Is this guy accurate to the comics?
Yes, Executioner.
Executioner?
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't believe they actually showed this character because he's not like a big character in the comics. Like he had his like run for a little bit, but I was shocked they even put him in the. He was an interesting character. So
yeah, this is cool. I love this like whole scene right here where they have him on trial.
It's right off of a comic cover, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. Oh yeah, and this is when you find out that she's her water just broke.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
I felt like they were just trying to find ways to have Wolverine have at least one line in an episode. They were making him so irrelevant.
It did feel kind of weird, right? Wolverine just, yeah.
I like how they did that though, because in the first like in the previous show, they had him front and center. He was like the center of the team, and now they kind of like put him backstage, and they put everybody else like had their like moment in the show.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I like that they
spreading the love
the other ones well, but it felt like they just completely nerfed him and didn't want him to be involved at all.
He's so popular already. I don't think he needs a spotlight.
Second season.
It came around. He got his time to shine.
True.
I can't believe this guy held his own though. This guy like beat the crap out of Cyclops and beat the crap out of other characters. Like there you go. Look at that thing. Like
this was the first real scene where Morph went into a few different characters. It was really, really cool.
Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you can turn into him don't mean you can fight like him. That's why he got whooped.
This was weird too. Like, we're not gonna take your baby.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. Yeah, this is how it was back in 1997, kids. Is this true? Like, she could take skills from people?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She takes their memories and their.
Yeah, it depends how long she touches them. If she touches them for a little bit, she takes some of their memory for a little bit. If she touches them all the way and kills them, I guess she gets their memories forever.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, and they're like, they're attacking everybody. Storm's like holding the fort down with Magneto.
When she got shot in the back, I like gasped and I clutched my pearls. I was like, "Wow."
Your pearls, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that. That was cool animation right there, showing the bones and showing the like pop of color. That's really nice.
Blanca got her.
Blanca, yeah. This was sad, man. She's like, I don't feel the wind, or like it was.
I thought she was paralyzed.
Yeah. You still don't like the Mohawk, Evan?
I hate the Mohawk.
Oh, it looks so cool right there.
Nah.
Oh, and then I love how Magneto snaps here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I need a private conversation with these people.
Yep. This was a really cool scene for him.
Look at that. That looks like a movie right there. That looks like Neo or something, you know? That's really cool.
The speech he made to them is really good, though.
Yeah.
And I love how it keeps going back and forth. Yeah. He's like, I could smush you right now. You smush your head in right now. But I promised a friend something. This is so good, man. And yeah, Logan's living the best of lives right here, man.
Cyclops' only good dad moment right here.
Yeah, right. Being there. And this is where you find out that Storm has lost her powers permanently.
Well, for a few episodes at least.
Yeah.
I thought that was a smart move because she's so powerful to get her out of the show for a while so other people can struggle against enemies instead of just wiping them out easily.
That's true. Yep.
I thought the scene prior where Magneto had the council up in space, and he pretty much told him, "Don't make me disappoint you." No, pretty much letting them know, putting them all on notice.
I like how they put all these like true to like the 90s like outfits on them.
Yeah.
Is that what you wore back in the 90s?
Yeah, the coat. The white,
yeah, the mom jeans.
the white side coat. I wore it all the time.
Is that his dad's ship on the spinning thing?
Oh yeah, it is. That's funny. I just don't notice that. And the Phoenix sign to his right.
Yeah, there's lots of little Easter eggs like that all around the show. I was noticing.
But yeah, that's the Starjammer ship.
Yep, and this is where they get it on, right?
This is
Sure.
where Gambit gets crushed.
Want to wrestle? He said. Remember?
Yeah, that was good.
That's code for.
Whoa.
It was a friendly wrestling competition. You guys are looking too much into it.
Skin versus skins.
Yep, Magneto's like, God damn, Magneto. No, Gambit's like, God damn, Magneto.
He smashed the booty flat. It's gone.
She can't walk no more. Loco, you like that one?
I don't know why he didn't like do something about it, you know?
What's he gonna do?
I mean, throw a card at him? I don't know.
Magneto was.
Anybody else? And I agree with him, man. What's he gonna do to Magneto?
I mean, he could have tried something instead of just being around the corner just chilling.
That's a fair point. Took his woman, he should do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your woman gets taken and you get your ass whooped? He played his cards right.
Yeah, and this is the end of the episode right here where you see a storm going on.
They couldn't lend her a car.
I don't. Lives in the mansion. Come on.
And they made her sit at the back of the bus. That's messed up.
All that money, she's still gotta get on the dirty ass bus.
Is that an Easter egg, Evan?
That's one of those Easter eggs I saw.
It could be the middle of the bus. You don't know if it's the back.
It's the back. It's the back. There's the back right there.
No, that's the wall, the side of the bus. That's not the back.
Perspective, I guess. Yeah.
But I like how she was going through. Like maybe a human life wouldn't be so bad. She was like considering it.
I don't know why she just leaves. Like, why don't you just stay with them?
She's not an asset to the team anymore.
She's a liability.
Jarhead, turns out that Disney did retcon T'Challa with T'Chaka. Look at all these X-Men, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. That's cool.
Madeline bounced back quick. She's looking good.
11. Kate was there.
Oh yeah. What was his name? It wasn't Cable. It was Nathan. Yeah.
Nathaniel.
And then Jean Grey comes out of nowhere.
The real Jean Grey.
I wonder.
What I wanted to mention before was it was cool because we were talking about the intros. So the beginning of the intro, they had Jean Grey with her hair down, and then the next intro, they have her with her classic hair up.
The ponytail.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Up. So it was one of those, little Easter eggs that you didn't realize. And I remember someone posting, "Oh, they finally have her hair down. She looks super cool." And then find out she's Madeline Pryor in the intro. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, and Jarhead, you probably recognize it as well. When I saw the first trailer and they showed that shot where they're all standing there finding out that Gil had to mention that she was pregnant, I'm like,
yeah,
that's Madeline Pryor.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
there's a lot of this season though that like if you read the comic books and since they're following it pretty close, like you can kind of know what's going on. Like at the end, like the last few episodes, you knew that Magneto was going to do that to Wolverine, and you also know what's going to happen because of that. So
to an extent, I agree with that, but because of we'll get to it later. We'll cover that.
That was awesome too.
Follow along like that. And it was easy to pick out some things that were coming.
Yeah.
So now we're starting episode 3. I didn't get the name of it, unfortunately, but episode 3.
Music by the Newton Brothers.
There you go. Someone could read. What was I gonna say here? Did it like weird you guys out that like Jean Grey came out of nowhere, or were you guys like already knowing like she's gonna be Madeline Pryor?
I knew that was Madeline because she was pregnant, because I know who Cable's mom is.
Yeah.
But I was shocked that Jean came back so quick. I thought they'd let it simmer for a little bit.
They were both there together, right?
Yeah.
So I will say something. The pacing on the show, they've gone through I don't know how many different storylines.
Yeah.
Within one season, but it didn't seem rushed at the same time. Does that make sense? Like,
absolutely. I had the same conversation. They took some stories and they kind of truncated them and made one story out of like 3 or 4, but they didn't stomp on the goodness of the actual stories in the comics.
Yeah,
they still made it like excellent, compelling.
Like the Madeline Pryor story. That's like if you get that omnibus, the omnibus is like this thick. It's filled with a lot of comics, and even though they didn't go through everything, the pacing of it was still pretty good.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of highlights.
Pretty much told it in like 1 30-minute episode.
The emotional beats are still there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Aspects.
The guy in charge that read the showrunner, man, he understood the mission crystal clearly.
Yeah,
they need to get that guy back.
I agree.
That was a Morph cameo again.
Yep. Yeah, Spiral.
She another custom was doing that one too.
And Beast figured that shit out quick. Yeah, that test ready to go.
He wasn't joking around.
Oh, where like their DNA isn't like one is older than the other or something. Yeah. That's my baby.
The little X's on the
baby blankets
on the blanket.
I didn't catch that. That's good. I want it now.
This episode has my favorite part of the whole series coming up, and what made me fall in love with this episode. If you catch it in the thing, I'll tell you.
Okay. This is where like they're discussing like you tap this, so you gotta stay with this or something like that.
I like when girl's dress falls out of the
really his girl.
Crippler's comment, that was good.
He understood the mission so good that they fired.
That sounds about right, because we're not going to use these guys to make the movies.
That's the Disney way.
Yeah.
Oh, this was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was creepy. I like that.
When Sinister was talking through it.
Yeah. I thought my speakers messed up. I was like, "Is like my phone on?" Like that. I thought they did this pretty good.
Well, when we figured out it was Madeline and everything, I was waiting for him to show up because he was part of the series too. So I was just kind of waiting for it to happen, and sure enough.
Yeah. Again, quicker than you ever could have thought.
Yeah.
I thought he was such like a high, a very well-known villain that they wouldn't like use him like they did here, but they used him in a way where like he was spread out through the whole season. You know, they didn't waste it basically.
He kind of was that way in the first two seasons of the original show as well. He was one of the big players on that.
He was a background player, puppeteering.
Yeah, look how it comes out. Oh, he looks good, man. Like when I saw this, I was like, XM Studios, you gotta fix that statue, man.
I was just gonna say that. XM needs to watch this.
Custom.
The custom did it. Yeah.
That one custom with he and Madeline Pryor is.
Oh yeah, that one's great.
So badass.
There's another one coming.
That's the one you're talking about, where they had it in animated form and not animated form.
Yeah, the new one coming.
Yeah, that was great.
Let Aang borrow your Disney account.
This was cool. This is it right there. Right there.
Yeah.
Do you guys think they're gonna go back to this like first season and go like a little bit more in depth with like these scenes right here? Like,
Nah.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
It'd be cool to see right here.
I don't know if we're gonna see Sinister anymore.
They should have added a couple of turtles on the right side.
I heard Batman made a cameo in one of the background scenes, but I didn't catch him. I heard that online.
You see him every time you look at Wolverine.
You see two of them.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah,
So there's there's her mask is right there. So the Marvel Girl outfit falls off the bed, which I thought was cool. Some of her old outfits came out, and there's her glasses flying there.
I just thought it was funny that now all of a sudden her powers are green and purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You flipped the bitch switch.
She nope, my powers are green and purple now.
She looked pretty hot in this suit.
Yeah, they did a good job.
I was actually surprised they gave her more
Calm down,
skin
casual.
being Disney.
Never, Jarhead.
I was
Never.
like, wow, they actually did it.
Goth Jean. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Look at
he's
that.
like, I love this scene because he's like, you better go check up on your girl.
Yeah. No, they're just training, right?
Yeah. No, look at his hand. Look at his hand. Look at his hand. Look at his hand. Look at his hand.
He's getting popcorn, dude.
He's getting popcorn.
Mac Daddy.
And the hole at the bottom of the popcorn.
Netflix and chill.
These kids these days.
So you think she cut the bottom of the popcorn out?
Oh man. It says the Seth move was dope.
Yeah, did you catch that, Casual?
The Seth move?
Yeah, and you'll get to. I think it was the last episode when they're fighting Asteroid M.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, this creeped me out, man.
I think that was a tribute to the Savage Land version picture.
Yeah.
And that's what a real life dude his age would look like.
Jesus.
Is that Gwen Stacy?
Oh, throwback right there. That's when she popped her spine.
Yeah, after Green Goblin dropped her right into the X Mansion.
Some hentai.
This is some Freddy Krueger stuff. This is like the Freddy Krueger episode.
Yeah. Yep.
Baby's just like, wrong floor.
Wrong floor. Yeah, that's what he screamed.
That's
out.
from Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Wolverine's scared. Look at him.
Yeah, the animation pops, man. It looks really good. The colors pop. Everything pops here.
Go back. Look at Morph. He's like in the like.
He's already falling. Yeah. Do we miss the shower part?
Yeah, we skipped that step part.
The
unimportant part.
I try to grab as many as possible, but I didn't want to make the show like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
This is cool. I love how he powers this up. Like he makes a Cyclops shoe in the back.
Yeah.
Light it up. This is how I wake up every morning.
In a dress?
No.
Hey, whatever. We don't judge, man.
This is Ebenezer Scrooge sleeping nightgown.
Free access.
Yeah. God, she's so hot, man. I want to see the live action now.
It's a cartoon character.
They definitely sexified her versus prior to her.
They're just showing the upper part of her thighs. It's not that sexy.
Because in the comic, wasn't it cut out like her belly and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was way worse than this in the comics.
Yeah.
Being at Disney, I'm surprised they didn't fully dress her. So that is amazing for Disney.
Yeah.
No, that's around Elsa level, isn't it? Morph would play a good Krillin. No nose.
So the thing going on with him, he has like dual personalities, right? Like,
well, Sinister controlled him in the first season to do bad things, and he looked all messed up.
oh,
Yeah,
and that's why
they
he
brainwashed
knew,
him.
Yeah.
that's why he knew it was Sinister behind all that, right?
Mhm.
That's right. I kind of want to get a statue of this guy now, to be honest.
No way.
Kinda, because I could have him like this, and then put a bunch of different portraits on him.
It's up for pre-order right now.
Yep.
It just needs more swap outs. Is my problem with it.
The
And I
one
don't say that about any statue, but that one needs like every swap out known to man would be really cool.
My sister's in Tampa Bay right now on vacation, and she said Zack Snyder's at this banquet that she's at.
the real Zack Snyder, or like,
Yeah.
that's
Cool.
cool.
I tell him to hit me up on Instagram.
Yeah, right. I thought this was hilarious. He grabs the baby.
This is it.
This
This
is
is my favorite part of this. This is what made me love the series because they go hard. You know, the old series, they wouldn't show this. He just so quickly and casually just throws him in the tank like he's trash.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Look, his arms all yes.
Yeah.
Cook my baby.
He made it in one shot.
Yeah. He actually just dumps it in there.
Yeah. I loved it.
That size ratio of the head.
Yeah, he's definitely Bobby Hill.
Only Gene could have this baby. This was cool. Gosh, she looks so hot up the stairs. I was like, all right, you guys, I'll take care of her. Don't worry. Come on, Jarhead. Oh, here's your
cameo.
magic. Yeah. This was a cool cameo
It was.
with the suit and everything. Really cool.
He even like showed when she like became a like altered like demon form
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And in the original series, one of the Colossus episodes, I thought he was trying to find her, his sister, and he found her. She was like real little, wasn't she? Like a toddler.
Like real young, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this whole Magneto versus Madeline Pryor. She goes like, "Oh, you can control metal. I can control everything else."
Yeah.
That was really cool.
She's like, that's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah. How cute, man.
really, really badass.
Yeah, this whole sequence was great. This was a great episode.
Yeah, this was like, you know, every episode leading up to it just kept like building steam. Like, man, this actually show is really, really solid.
And of course, Cyclops gets the girl.
Maybe Cyclops cheating again. He just can't help himself.
Yeah, exactly what Pedro said. Magnus gets wrecked. Man, everyone's getting some in this freaking show. She's pretty hot, Jarhead. She's pretty hot. You know what? I'm gonna do this. There we go. We can see the rest. God, she's hot. Oh, this was pretty cool too, right? It's crazy. Like all this happened in 26 minutes. All of this.
Yeah, like you said earlier, man, the pacing was just epically done.
So in the books, like who's stronger? Jean Graves, of course, right?
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
But in the books, Madeline Pryor's got like also like magical powers too.
Yeah, she didn't summon any goblins, did she?
Yeah, that's why she's called the Goblin Queen.
Yeah.
because she'd be gobbling these nuts. No kidding. I heard that somewhere.
Casual, your Amazon cart's gonna be full of red wigs and black leather tonight.
Yeah, right.
Isn't it always?
Look at that baby.
Look at that.
Just for Evan.
Yeah, that was amazing. I was like, they're going hard on this show.
God. It was cool to see this guy. Really, really cool to see him. And then, yeah, you find out that he's infected, so it kind of sucks.
Already infected.
They changed the story a little bit here, but it still works. Because originally Apocalypse infected Cable with the virus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because he was going to be the vessel for Apocalypse.
Yeah. At that point, Apocalypse was like switching bodies.
Yeah.
Like he was burning out different, like, because he was so powerful, he was burning out bodies, so he would switch with somebody else. So that's why he infected Nathan with the virus.
And they task Bishop to go back to the future, take Nathan with them, and
there goes Cyclops being dad of the year.
I had to capture this clip right here.
Over it.
You think Bishop would have just went to the future, grabbed another band, went back, gave it to his dad?
Yep.
Yeah, nothing.
This is when Cyclops went to go get that last pack of cigarettes.
I thought he was going to go get milk.
Nathan's picture would have been on the milk.
Just like my dad. He never came back. Okay. This is cool. I like the portal.
He doesn't have to get naked like the Terminator?
Yeah. Maybe on the other side. Is that how it works though? Like you just put on that bracelet thing and then just go to the future whenever you want?
It wasn't like that in the comics. He never had a bracelet, so he couldn't go back and forth. He was stuck one way.
I know I thought Forge made like a big old machine that could only work like once or twice or something like that.
This is where she goes like, okay, now you could call me Madeline Pryor. I was like,
Once the Cyclops say, hey, why don't the three of us get together?
I know.
I know.
Yeah. I love all three of us.
You guys are, we're the same anyway. We're all married.
Cyclops said, at least he didn't have to pay child support.
Yeah, he dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah, but then he had two identical women giving hell for not knowing the difference. I hate to pull that one off, but okay.
It wasn't like they were twins. They were like she was a clone of her. So
yeah, right, like the exact same person.
This was cool.
Yeah, this hyped me up. I liked Forge and Storm in the comics together.
Looks like me in the future.
He looks like Richie Valens' brother.
Jimmy, or I forget his name.
Richie.
Yeah, so this is the end of episode 3. Now we're on episode 4, Motendo.
The filler episode.
The weakest
Yeah, my least favorite.
Yeah, I feel like everyone didn't like this episode, but I just got screenshots, and there's your guy, Jarhead.
With that sweet outfit.
Yeah.
Well, how the hell did they not make this video game? It couldn't have cost them that much to make a 2D video game like that. They should have made it. I would have bought it.
Motendo. They probably are.
There was a lot of neat little things on the system and the cartridge. Yeah,
it's a Genesis.
That even looks like the image on the.
Yeah, I got that game.
Yeah. I was never a big fan of Mojo. I mean, it's okay, I guess, but I just never cared.
For a good second, I thought this was Boba Fett.
On the left.
Yeah.
Or the Doom guy.
Or the Doom guy, yeah. It was weird seeing him so skinny. I was like,
Now in the comics, there's
Yeah, I have to
Mojo
agree. I
2,
think this.
who is skinny. So I thought that was Mojo 2 at first, but later on you see it's not.
I have to agree. This is probably the weakest episode out of all of them.
Yeah.
So it's funny because if you watched any, go back.
Sorry.
If you watched any of these shows back in the day, they put the like who's the boss, like the promo photos for them. These are like where these people exactly are and how they're standing in the promo photos.
So which one's Tony?
Huh?
Which one's Tony? Tony Danza.
I don't remember. I think Magneto is.
Okay.
I think.
I
But
remember. Go ahead.
The next photo, that's they teased more characters. It's Darwin and North Star in the back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's me. Divorce court. These were definitely 90s shows, right?
Yeah, they were.
Different world with, I know that.
Yeah. And if you go
Who's
to
the
the
boss? I
promo
think
photo,
it is.
they're all standing there like that too, with the same exact pose.
Oh, gotcha. X-Men, The Rise of Jubilee. Oh, look who made it. What's up, Rashid? Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, this looks pretty cool. This would be cool. Phone game or something.
Wasn't this a game already? This
It is a
remember
game.
the X-Men video game? It just didn't have Jubilee in it.
Similar. This reminds me more of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Too. It was like it's like a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, these sprites are better than the old ones.
I like seeing her here.
Me too.
And I like how MODOK kept yelling at her.
And there was a Shatterstar. Long shot. There was a long shot cameo in like a toy or something somewhere in this episode. I saw him. That's how I knew it was going to be a Mojo episode because they showed him first.
Does this happen in the video? I mean, in the comics?
Not that I
I
remember.
I think at some point it did with her with that somebody was in that outfit before. I remember the outfit.
The girl on the right there, the older version, is voiced
Jubilee.
by the girl who did Jubilee in the 90s series. But the regular Jubilee in this season is not.
See, that's how you know it's Mojo because he got fat again.
Yeah.
What's up with the little pinchers in the middle there? Is that something, a little bit
Look at the floor. It looks like it's a web, like a square.
Just to hold the plate.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Jarhead?
the little pinchers there in the middle? Is that his little
It's Pearl area.
yeah? Is that his no spot? The little
There's no square.
yeah.
Looks like a Final Fantasy right here. Like an RPG game.
I think in like 50 years, this is what Americans are going to look like, Mojo.
When I rewatch this season, I'm going to skip this episode and just go to the back part where.
It's called a bathroom break episode right here.
They knew what they were doing, though, because the next episode was where the shit really hit the fan.
And I didn't get Spyro's motivation. Is she working for him, against him? She seemed like she was doing both.
She's in the first season too. Same Mojo being the operator.
So yeah, this is where you find out that she's trying to get her powers back because
She's been haunted by an owl. The owl kept appearing. I was like, something's up with that owl.
Oh yeah. Completely forgot to get that.
Oh, there they are.
This is cool. They showed a picture of this, what it looked like in 1996 compared to 2024.
Yeah.
It's almost similar.
They also teased Bastion too. I don't know if y'all know.
They did when he was with the hell was his name? The guy who was
Was it Robert Kelly or the?
It was Forge, Bastion, and
the guy that created the Sentinels, right?
no, the guy who was giving them the cure in the original series. And we found out later on it was Mystique, just working for Apocalypse to steal all their powers. The hell was his name?
You ever explain why the other guy doesn't have the same outfit? He ran out.
Which guy?
Quicksilver?
Blue guy. I forgot his name. It's Quicksilver, yeah.
Man, he ain't getting those threads. He ain't gonna throw them out.
So what's the deal with Forge? Like, what's his story?
He's a Native American. He comes from a tribe that has got a long line of facing the adversary. Like their job is to like not let the adversary come into the world, our world, or whatever. But he's also a mutant. He's got magical powers that he very rarely uses. He's a Vietnam vet, like he said, and he can create pretty much anything he could think of. So he's like Iron Man, basically, of mutants.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. This machine was supposed to help her, right? Like, it was supposed to heal her and everything?
I mean, I guess it did then, huh?
Yeah, this is where she goes like, oh shit, I found the machine. Gonna go put my hand out. And nothing. But at the same time, he's been making these bracelets for the government too, right? So they could capture mutants and stuff. I think he did it because like they were helping him, right? Like on some stuff too. I forget.
They didn't really dive into that. He just said that he was mad or something, or like he was just upset. Probably because after Vietnam, he lost his hand and his leg and mad at the world, I guess. I don't know. They didn't really explain it.
Oh, I thought they said they funded his arm and leg. That's why he was doing it for them. I thought they said it in the cartoon.
I think they did, yeah.
I mean, he probably could have built it out of like soda cans and like.
Yeah, he said just because you can think of anything doesn't mean you have the money or means to build it.
Dr. Adler, I was thinking of. Jarhead.
Okay.
There's that goddamn L.
Yeah.
That looks hella anime. That was great.
Right? Yeah, that looked 100% anime right there. This kind of freaked me out. I was like, okay, he's dead, and where the hell did Al come from? And look at her, man. She's like, oh, shit.
Another story that, they ripped through quickly.
Yep.
This looks like some berserk shit right here.
Hold the rape. I think that's the last of episode 4, man. We're going through this pretty quick. Let's go through episode 5. But up to now, are you guys like really into it? Are you guys like loving it? Are you guys?
I'll tell you, watching that episode, I was like, oh man, please don't start going downhill.
Yeah, I did exactly the same. I'm like, up to this point, it was great. This one, I'll give him a pass. Next week's good.
Yeah, it was a little bit sleepy here.
Yeah, they made up for it in the next episode, though.
Oh, tenfold.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, hold my beer.
Yeah, exactly. They were definitely holding my beer. I think I watched the back 10 minutes of that episode like 10 times. It was so good.
That blow-up scene was pretty cool. With Cyclops there in a second.
What really got me about this episode, though, and I said it in on Wednesday with the cock guys, cock guys. Yes, but the music in this episode, it set the pacing and like the emotion of the whole episode, like especially at the end when you heard Cable like say stop the music. You heard him say it like a couple times in the background, but then you can hear him say it at the same time the music was going, and then like once that Sentinel started killing everybody, like I don't know, like the music and the score was like top notch on this.
Yeah,
I love Nightcrawler's character model here. It's perfect.
Yeah.
He's a little guy. He's like casual.
Small, cute, X-Man.
He's kind of perfect. For one of the guys who did the voice back then and now, he's sounding perfect.
I caught this by accident. I'm glad I did. Like $10 for apples after that.
Isn't that what apples cost now here?
Not in Virginia. Only in Kenosha. But yeah, look at the animation on this episode was, I don't know, it's different to me.
You see the real difference in the fight at the end. It's like crazy.
This part cracked me up. Cyclops losing.
Yeah, that blow up scene is where I was saying that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
He's like, I got too much shit going on in my life to be talking to you.
It shows hints of him becoming, because he becomes that way later, like in the comics, like much later, he like a lot of stuff happens and he says, screw this, I'm going to be more like Magneto.
Yeah, I think Messiah Complex, he started being a bad dude.
He's walking out on somebody else again. That was cool to see him.
And is that Moira?
Yeah, Moira McTaggart.
Yeah. And Joan Jett.
Later on, you find out that she's a mutant. Later in the comics, the most recent.
Another Banshee or no?
Who, her?
Yeah, because I thought there was a male Banshee and a female Banshee.
That's his daughter. That's Siren. No, but that's his daughter.
When did they do the her being a mutant? Is that
recent in the newer comics? She actually has the power. Like if she dies, she has like multiple lives. Like she can reset her life basically with the same knowledge that she had prior.
I was gonna say, and she remembers her past lives or her lives.
This was cool to see.
Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
The nod to the Hellfire Club was cool.
Emma Frost. You got what's that guy's name?
God damn it.
He was the guy in the action movies.
Or Kevin Bacon played him in the movie.
Yeah,
Sebastian, right?
He has the same power as Bishop, kind of, except his is like force instead of energy.
Physical, yeah. So he absorbs kinetic energy and turns it into strength.
Yeah.
Which that didn't make sense to me when at the end when the building fell on him. That shouldn't have killed him. He should have
powered him up.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to talk to Magneto's, making him talk to him into being the leader.
Yeah, the president.
He's like, only if I could get that rogue piece. That's
it. He's his first lady.
Give him his demands.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I need a secretary of TNA.
He's like, why not?
Come on, baby.
Yep, and Cyclops is making out with the
Cyclops is like, I don't know which one you are, but let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she showed up, I was like, oh snap.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I love this scene right here. Like, I didn't do nothing.
Not for both of you, baby.
Technically, he did nothing. It was all in his imagination.
Pedro's asking, he's saying, I was confused why Shaw died.
Yeah, he shouldn't have died. Like, he's actually a really powerful character. That shouldn't have killed him.
So, what's going on here? Like, why is she having like this type of reaction?
It's what's going on with at the same time as Genosa. Like, between her and Goblin Queen, they both had the same thing. I think it had to do with Cable. But then she had like a premonition too of what was going to happen.
Yeah, because remember, Cable said he tried 200 times.
Yeah, this was like a premonition of because she saw into the future. Like I don't know if you remember, but like this is when the music picked up and you can see like a giant sentinel. I think was when this happened.
Everything got dark, right? And
yeah,
a wave of terrible things came floating away.
Something bad was gonna happen, basically.
Yeah.
This is where Rogue goes. Like, you got to sit down, Gambit. I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
Me and
That's from Magneto.
Yeah.
I like how everybody else is in regular outfits and she's got like
yeah
string on. like straps.
He's
like,
rocking his old costume minus
those grass.
Nothing wrong with that.
But even Magneto, he has his like little armor plate on his. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got the whole outfit on minus the helmet and the cape.
This was in the movie Titanic, remember?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the background there? Is that art? Like if you zoom in,
Archangel back there?
kind of look like him. No, it's Magneto, I think.
Is it?
I think he's got a picture of himself.
Yeah. That dog.
That he painted.
Yeah.
That's how you should. That's what the girls want, man. Confidence.
Magneto's got that in spades.
Look at it. This made me laugh like crazy. Magneto's sleeping while she's still up.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. Leave me
Is
alone.
he sleeping though? Where's his other hand?
He's like, are you still here?
Yeah.
Call an Uber.
Yeah, she looked disappointed. Maybe nothing happened. He is kind of old.
Jesus.
No, not anymore.
Well, then they show her outfit that she had when she took Captain Marvel's powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when she was evil. That she was running with the Brotherhood.
Yep. Getting played by her mama.
/ her daddy. I didn't realize this was Madeline at first.
Yeah. I didn't know either.
It's
I thought
confirmed.
Gambit and her would hook up after this. That's where I thought it was leading. I was like, nice. Nope.
This scene pissed me off.
What?
Yeah. I was like, Gambit's
What?
right there. You gonna do this to him right in front of him?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
She don't want no simp. This part made me tear up.
This is
Yeah, it
when it
got
started
me
getting
too.
real right here.
Yeah. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Starting getting real right here. It's like, turn off the music.
Not again.
Turn off the music.
This is where shit went sideways.
Fubar.
So good.
My jaw dropped.
I like how that beginning like confrontation, like when they exploded, and it was like that disorienting, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
to see them like
Saving Private Ryan.
yeah, it was just like this big explosion. Everybody was like like everything was rolling around, and it was pretty cool.
I like that. I think it was Gambit called it a Sentinel Kaiju.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah. Setting
I
it.
thought you said Godzilla.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think he said
maybe it's
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Yeah.
Yeah.
Legit.
Oh yeah, and then Nightcrawler sacrifices himself in a sort of way.
Man, Nightcrawler put in work this whole episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gambit did. I think Gambit did.
Magneto was full of, I told you, mofos.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
This is before he took the train out and started hitting the Sentinel with
Yep.
it.
Mutant Moses.
I saw something that referred to the train like being symbolic of obviously his past, being a Holocaust survivor.
Oh.
To the concentration camps with the trains.
Omega level threat detected.
Oh yeah.
All the poor mutants inside the train. Just flying around.
Oh, there he
Didn't care.
They got all.
Willing to sacrifice a few for the many.
Hopefully, one of those mutants has an exploding. I like how the Sentinels would drop off of the giant Sentinel. He had like a whole army of Sentinels coming out. That was slick. What a great design. Was that thing ever in the comic book?
Before this
Yeah,
scene, when
it
Leech
was.
is all scared to death, and you hear the Sentinel talking, and then Gambit comes flying in the window with it. It was really
This Sentinel was actually in the comics later down the road. They're called Wild Sentinels, but yeah, this actually happened in Genosha. Like they killed all these mutants.
yeah, but that was
They
that was
started doing a
the
countdown.
sewer baby twin, right?
Yeah. So, and this is when this is when Emma discovered that she had like a second mutation, the diamond form. Like later on, like it showed it in the show where they found her.
Mhm.
Like, this is exactly what happened. They destroyed all these mutants and found her under the rubble in her diamond form. So
Yeah, I stopped reading after Messiah Complex. I read House of M, then Messiah Complex, and I stopped.
I love this. Like you
Great.
see
This was
Rogue
so
trying
the
to get
animation here was so good when it cut to Magneto and he just kind of shifted his eyes to them. Yeah, that right there.
That's definitely
Listen, man,
animation.
say what I got this.
with Leech holding him,
Yeah.
his power should have been
Get
nullified.
off me! Get off me!
Yeah, I know exactly.
Another,
it's your goddamn fault. Get off me.
another great moment right before the collapse when he told him, don't be afraid. In
Yeah,
German.
in German, yeah.
So good.
Whenever I see a chick like this, like something's gonna go down.
This one.
She's pissed off.
This chick.
This was cool too. Like Rogue's going like
He knew that she was gonna end up dying, so he threw a bike at her.
literally.
Shining moment.
Oh, look at that. That should be the art print right there too.
Just because he's dressed like James Bond, don't mean he got skills like him.
He gets pretty far though.
Gets the job done.
He does like a sort of like a Darth Maul thing. He's about to like jump up.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't catch that. Totally.
But then boom. This is the part where I was like, oh, are they gonna kill him? No.
Hell yeah.
I don't think they are, but
Look at all that blood. They wouldn't get away with that in the 90s, the actual 90s.
yeah, this was cool.
Agreed.
Remember it.
Remember it, one of me.
That was awesome, dude.
Oh yeah. This was actually
They didn't fly over there.
What's that?
They should have flew over there. They have like 30 jets.
It was in the middle of reconstructing the last one, I guess.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It was a great ending too, though, with the
Oh,
her saying it and
I can't feel you.
yeah.
Was there an after credits scene in this episode? I know some had them and some didn't.
No, there was no after credits in this.
Yeah, this was sad,
No,
man.
anything besides the last one, did they?
No, I remember a couple other. I just can't remember what they were.
I think the only one that had a end credit was the last one.
Yeah, I thought so too. Only that. Actual
Let me check.
So this is the last scene of the 5th episode. Now we're going
Is-
to
I think that this one like drew everybody, and I think like at this point it was like, the show was really good, blah blah blah,
Right.
and then this one episode hit, and everybody's like, oh man, what is going
Yeah.
on? This is
If
nuts.
you're not watching it, you need to be.
Yeah,
you definitely saw all the Facebook posts from this saying the name's Gambit.
yeah, this part, yeah. I mean, like I said, I watched all this week, but the what's it called? The spoilers weren't too bad online, I think, or at least I try to stay away from it. I didn't get to see too much, but yeah, this episode was badass.
Yeah, what was neat is after this episode, on the intro of the next episode, right before the actual theme started playing, you just heard like a heartbeat, like a real slow heartbeat. It was really cool.
Oh, I gotta catch up on. I gotta watch that again.
This episode I felt like was another filler episode.
yeah, but it was cool because it like showed like a lot of cool characters in it.
Gladiator was in full force there.
Yeah, I love
They
Gladiator.
showed Vulcan too. They teased Vulcan, the third Summers brother.
Yes. I remember reading him in the comics.
It just pissed me off because I wanted to see what happened after that last episode, and then this came on. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I love
I
it.
gotta wait another week.
Gladiator and Xavier and all that was.
Ronan got his ass whooped.
I thought they drew Deathbird really cool.
Yes. Way better than the original.
Yeah.
Oh, D3 says this is his favorite episode.
He likes the cosmic like stuff, so
This
And
got me. Yeah.
go ahead.
No, this caught me by surprise. Like when it was announced that it was him, I was like, "Oh shoot, he's still."
Not me.
So in the comic book, he was wearing this out. There's a storyline where all the X-Men went to space, and it was like a big Star Jammers, and it was a big like series. And this guy was fighting alongside them, and they didn't know who it was. He was just wearing his armor, and then it comes to find out it was Professor X. So I knew exactly when he walked out who this was.
I thought they fixed his legs. I was like, damn, they got that good at technology.
No, it's just the armor that's making him walk.
Of course, Professor X has to get the Empress. You know,
Yeah.
That's how he does.
I thought because his legs didn't work, something else wouldn't work. I was wrong.
Yeah. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Do you guys think like this took away from like the whole like it felt like up to now like it was going up the whole all the episodes are starting to go like freaking high, but this episode felt like it dragged it down a little bit.
Agreed.
I didn't think so. I thought this was perfect. It could.
Yeah.
I don't think this could have been better.
They actually have a kid in the comics.
These two?
Lalandra.
Yeah.
Another deadbeat dad. Cyclops learned it from him.
This was cool.
Yeah. Need to find the cure.
So isn't the owl supposed to represent fear, or the owl supposed to represent like evil, or what do you guys think?
I think it's a real demon or something.
Yeah, this is one of those things that it's the adversary, like I was telling earlier, that his tribe has been around for a long time, and that's what they do is they stop him from coming into basically our realm.
Gotcha.
I like how they're in love now. Like, how much time has passed? Do you think it's been like years?
5 minutes. I love you.
5 minutes.
You got to fill in the time for Black Panther to show up.
I thought this episode was really good, and then what you're going to come up to with when he kind of puts them all in a class for a session.
Oh, I thought that was so corny. That was my worst part of the episode.
No, I thought it was neat because he was able to, do what he was doing there, but then that's also when he saw the disaster that he left behind.
Man, I love how they drew Deathbird, man. She looks
Me
good.
too.
Yeah, me too.
Great character design.
Yeah.
Gladiator's also perfect.
Yeah.
Yep, agreed.
Gladiator's perfect. Yep.
Yeah.
Printing him up right now.
Yeah, I like how that's her real weakness in the comic book was claustrophobia. So I thought that was cool that they brought that up in the series.
As soon as you saw that, Tony, you were like, oh.
Yeah. I saw it coming. I was like, I bet it's in a real tight space.
Well, as soon as we put it out in some kind of cave, I was like, yeah, okay. She's screwed.
This was pretty cool too because they were like, "We're gonna erase your memory of all humans, Earth, and then your X-Men."
And they were gonna get his wife to do it or his girl to do it too. That was messed up.
Yeah, right.
I just physically abandoned him. I don't want to abandon him in my head.
Deathbird's that girl that's like always on the rag. Just always.
I love how Gladiator just in an instant turned and just crushed her. Like, calm down, sit down.
Yeah. He punches her hard. That was epic. He didn't hold back against no girl.
No. Equal opportunity abuser. Equal left for equal rights.
He pulled a pull diddy. He pulled a P Diddy.
Yeah, this is what I think Joe was talking about.
Yeah, I thought that looked so corny.
Now, how? I mean, it's like got him on a mental,
At the same time, it shows how powerful he is, though.
Yeah, I get that, but
the
visual of it.
I can't believe he got Gladiator to like sit down like that. Like it just shows you his power right there too.
And, in real life, Deathbird would be sitting with the chair faced the other way.
You're in the corner.
Gladiator is one of those characters where, like, if people have confidence in him, he's more powerful.
It's confidence in himself. That's his weakness. So,
right.
Right. How his power works is he gets like the Hulk. You know how the madder Hulk gets, the more powerful he gets. Gladiator, the more confident is in himself.
Oh, so Jeffrey Ross could beat him in a fight.
So if you ever get him to like doubt himself or like
Yeah.
think twice, he loses power.
Exodus is the one that has the belief from others, right?
Exodus was in the episode. He was dancing.
Yeah,
that was like he's one of my all-time favorite characters, as you can tell by the statue up here.
Oh yeah.
But I was glad to see him, but at the same time,
how they brought him in.
Yeah.
Like a B character.
His intro in the comic was so good.
In the comic books, oh yeah, I remember that. He showed up and I think he whooped X-Force's ass or something like that.
He whooped X-Men, Avengers.
They all at the same time.
While he was beating Jean in a mental battle.
Now this is the next part of the series that made me tear up. I only teared up twice. Once when Cable met his mom, and then this part when she gets her real costume. Now that's my Storm. This is how I always wanted to look.
I like seeing her like this.
So how does she get a costume that I don't understand?
You ever seen Sailor Moon?
Lightning didn't cause her to change her costume. I'm sorry.
You got to spin around 3 times, and that's how you get your.
She's under the moonlight, just like Sailor Moon. Oh, my sister just sent me a picture of Zack Snyder. She got to talk to him.
Here, we got you, Rich. Oh wow, that is him.
Yeah.
I know that guy. That's cool. Tell him to jump on CMP for a little bit. Or it's me, Evan. Tell him to jump on It's Me. But it's cool, yeah. Like, yeah, when she got the powers and when she's flying through like through the forest or through the desert, it's beautiful, man.
Also, her hair grew.
Yeah.
Like instead of having the mohawk, her hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was kind of cheesy, but whatever.
Much better.
Dude, she's flying in space, and we can change outfits.
Out of all the things to call out cheesy, you call this part cheesy.
It was cheesy to me. I was like, really? Her outfit? Like, I don't know.
This is a 10 out of 10.
That was cool.
Has it ever explained how mutants can breathe in space?
They can't. She shouldn't be able to breathe in space unless she like used like oxygen and brought it with her up there.
And then she goes back to Forge.
Look at me, my hair's all grown. I'm beautiful again.
Could just be a weave.
Wow. Oh yeah, this is where he explains to those aliens, saying like, "Hey, you guys took over other planets. You guys are as weak as these guys, so you guys just eliminated everybody. That's all you guys did." I thought that was pretty funny. That's what like a lot of current countries do. They eliminate everybody, and then I don't know. Thought this was interesting. Oh, and then he goes like, "My X-Men, they're in trouble."
That's the face you make when Taco Bell hits.
Yeah.
Hey, don't make fun of Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell.
He goes like, "I gotta leave your ass. Like, I don't love you anymore. I'm gonna get the hell out of here." Oh, this was cool. I feel like I gotta get a statue now, Jarhead, of Sinister, man. I gotta get one.
So that's Morph and Sinister. Got it.
Yeah.
Just get the XM one and get it repainted.
I don't like the
Nah, that's crap.
Yeah, I don't like the cape.
Just get the custom one they're working on right
terrible.
now.
Is that custom?
It's like the
That new
perfect.
custom.
Yeah,
Right.
Sinister.
I might have to.
The way they're cracking down on the customs, you're not worried they'll shut it down before it gets completed?
Nah. Oh man, I think I missed a whole season or a whole episode. Is that episode 6, right? End of episode 6. Got episode.
The last one was 6, right? With the Shi'ar.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I got it. Whew. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's where Sinister he claimed the attack on Genosha or whatever that place was.
Yeah, I messed it up. Let me organize this really quick. Sorry. Close this.
Does Sinister have metal teeth? That's what it looked like.
Yeah, they always kind of had like a razor look to them.
He didn't have those in the comic books, though. I don't recall. I don't think he had teeth like that, but they put that in the show for some reason.
I heard that Sinister is going to be a main villain in the live action movies that Marvel's making.
That would be great if they do it well, because he's a really cool character. I don't have any faith for them to do it any justice, but
our boy gets a funeral. Bright eyes.
Oh, there they go. The couple of the year.
Sunspot and Jubilee.
Nope. Wolverine and Morph. You can tell which one's the bottom by who's holding the umbrella.
Okay. I was looking everywhere but there.
Bottom what? What do you mean?
Wolverine will tell you. He knows.
I don't get it.
I mean, if he could have her turn into any woman he wanted, I guess maybe he'd be doing all right.
You know, Wolverine's really, really old, and you know he's been with probably thousands of women. He probably gets bored. Got tired of that.
We'll talk about it backstage.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Listen, man, as an old guy who's been with enough,
This
never
was
get tired.
this was cool too. Like
This was
Ross. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said the Hulk can't even get out of that facility, and she breaks in easily.
yeah.
Ro was-
grabs
Ro
his
was
ass.
on a mission.
I love the '90s Hulk cartoon. It was great.
She was nuts in this episode. She was like doing all
Yeah.
kinds of like aerial maneuvers and like
Yep.
somersaults in the air and did that tuck
Even
and
did, like,
roll,
the
the kick.
move from like the fighting game where she comes down
Yeah.
with the
Yep.
foot out.
Dive
You
kick.
know, I know.
Oh, I wanted to grab that thing too. Yeah,
Pause.
then gets to talk to the president. The president's like, "You people," and then Cyclops is like, "What do you mean, you people?" And then
What you people?
back and forth, and
A lot of cool little cameos in this episode. Just looking around.
This part pissed me off.
This
I got
part?
enraged. Yeah.
Why?
When she took his shield and threw it into the mountains.
I laughed. I was like, ha, ha,
Man.
What's
take,
he gonna do?
take that, Captain America.
it's plausible.
You want to sit this one out? All right.
I know. He was trying to do it by the book.
Screw by the book.
Yeah, she was clearly not by the book in that by the book kind of mode.
Strong guy.
That was cool, right? That was
Yeah.
badass when he showed up. He's like, "Kid, you gotta get ready for war." I was like, "Oh."
He's another person that absorbs kinetic energy.
Huge guy.
There goes Bell and Beast.
I like how Beast was like, "I'm glad you're the one covering it. What are you doing here? Just looking for a piece?" Like he just completely flip flopped in 2 seconds. From being glad she was there to being like, "Get the hell out of here."
Yeah, he's drinking that haterade.
It was cool when she found out this guy was, instead of being in jail, he's like living in like luxury.
Yeah.
Like a nice pad. This was strange after this. How she just was like sleeping in some alley.
Yeah.
That's a nice plot twist there.
Yeah, like right there where they find her in the alley. Like, what happened between those two?
Oh, that's when they find Emma Frost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
diamond powers.
I think Cyclops even made a comment about like, or maybe Beast, about that not being one of her powers that they knew of.
Yeah, secondary mutation.
Yeah.
Do all mutants go through that? Like they
No.
go? No.
No, just certain ones end up getting like
Yeah.
another weird power or
Now,
something.
did they steal that? From,
A cool plot device for the writers to make.
yeah, did they steal that from Digimon or Pokemon?
The
I don't know. That sounds a little nerdy for me.
Oh, God.
that's where he tells them like, "You guys got to come here. They're doing things with
Yeah.
mutants. You guys won't believe."
There was something weird there too, because he was like, "You call him Mr. Sinister." Like, did somebody call him something else?
Yeah, good point. Maybe he knows his real name.
Essex.
Yeah, that you know, that last series that ended in '97, the second to last episode was like Sinister's origin story. It was great.
This is where you find out he's a billionaire or a millionaire.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Yeah.
Technically, Sinister is not a mutant.
He's not?
No, he was a human at first and found out about mutants.
Yeah.
And Apocalypse happened to stumble upon him. He was like, because he was doing some kind of like speech or something like that, and Apocalypse stumbled upon him. He was like, "Yeah, you're right, but I want you to be able to continue your research for like, the next hundreds, thousands of years." So Apocalypse gave him those powers.
Oh, okay.
He'd done some things to himself, right? But
yeah,
with all the genetic splicing and all the gene.
that was later when he started like messing with his own DNA.
Yeah.
I can explain to Allie. So she was so distraught over what happened to Gambit, she turned to a life of drugs.
She was hooking in the corner.
Yeah.
Passed out.
This was an intense scene. The way she cried, she like let it out right here. I was like, uh-oh.
I'll tell you, that scene when she cried and when she was like, "I can't feel you," crying, she sounded like Rogue from the 90s.
Yeah.
Every other time when she spoke, it sounded a little strange and I didn't like what to do. Wolverine over there posing for more.
All right, let's not talk about that thing that doesn't exist. All right, there's no relationship between Morphs.
No, I'm sorry. I'm with you on that one. I don't know why.
They're good. They're good friends. They're really good friends. Okay.
You can almost say they're butt buddies.
But
I don't know what that. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. This was kind of like the first time they actually showed Bastion, right?
Purple people eater.
Yeah, purple people eater.
Yeah, this was slick that they put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
Snitches get stitches.
That was Gyrick, right?
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. It reminds me of that Captain America scene where they go down the
Right.
That's a tight fit in the elevator.
Yeah. You see how small Wolverine is.
Morph's got a can of soda in his hand, drinking it.
Yeah.
This scene was great.
Yeah, this was epic.
Just had enough and was like, "F you."
Yeah, everyone was shocked, and Wolverine was like, "All right, I'm down for this."
Yeah, we all wanted it. Just did what we all wished we did.
Yeah, what was crazy was what happened after that, and then all of a sudden it just like, explosion. It was like she get knocked out.
Yeah, I liked it. What Cyclops said, they got to really be on their game because he put down Rogue with one shot.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, we turned to Quicksilver.
Pietro.
This is anime right there, 1000%. This is Goku.
A lot of building names and stuff. There's a lot of really cool little Easter eggs in those.
Vista card.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
He was really like pissed off and kicking ass.
Cable's like, not mom and deadbeat dad.
Yep.
I did love the grenades he brought, and that was really cool to see.
Yeah.
This is when you find out they teamed up. Did not see that coming, by the way.
No.
I did not see this coming.
You had to know he was alive because they didn't show his body on Genosha.
And this was from that movie, that Tarantino movie.
Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, totally.
I hope someone does like a little video of it because this
right
is
music in
definitely
there.
Yeah. This is creepy for a kids. Is this still considered a kids show or is this
TV-14? They said.
Because I don't think any kids would get this reference right here.
Right.
He's just giving him a shave.
There's a song you could put here, and we'll see if you say the same thing.
And you know damn well he shaved his bikini line too. We can tell in the further episodes.
Clowns to the left of me, Joker to the right.
Cable shooting bottles. He still needs practice at his age. He has gray hair.
And he's like, that's not my son.
And the gun wasn't even tilted to the side. That's a kill shot. It was tilted to the side.
Didn't have it sideways.
What a rookie.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at my little boy.
He's just chilling on the bench.
Yeah.
He's sitting up there with not mom going, look at our kid. This was neat, this whole conversation. Where Beast referenced how, like Dr. Strange and that whole crew had already, covered the whole thing with the absolute point where it couldn't be changed.
Right.
A world ruled by mutants right here. Oh, and this is when they find that Xavier's alive.
Yeah, the mutants lied to us.
And I love how like Wolverine gets pissed off. He slashes the TV. I'm like, what the? I was watching that.
Yeah.
Almost came out at this point in this show, he was still getting punked like he hardly had anything to do with the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Their arc wasn't the best. I'm sure they're going to develop a little bit more in the second season.
No, I'm glad you brought that up because it wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't necessary. It just kind of was there.
True. And Jubilee lived in that mansion so long she wasn't impressed by his little high rise.
Yeah.
Nah. Like, oh, this is all you've got? Bitch, we got a danger room.
Good to see all the three of them together. Oh, this is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Val Cooper, that's her name.
Yeah. Wasn't that Mystique in the comics?
No, she's her own person. Like I said, she was on the liaison on X Factor. She was in the X Factor team for a long time.
You want me to zoom in, Evan?
Yeah, now we see where that razor got put to good use.
Gotcha.
Let's not do that.
my guy's focusing on all the wrong things.
I thought this was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
This is insane that they showed this in a Disney cartoon.
Yeah.
They didn't explain it; they just showed it. So it's like,
right. So the adults know what the hell it is, but
Yeah, leave it to adults to explain it to their kids.
ATM pin.
What's that number?
ATM pin. Wow.
Trying to call it.
Password to his computer.
It's Rogue's phone number.
Okay.
I'm going to make it the password to my computer.
If we get canceled tonight, I swear
This
to
was
God.
great. I mean, this creepy old lady's going to do something, but
So something about Cable that always bothered me, and I never understood. Why does he have a walkie-talkie like headpiece attached?
Right.
Who's he talking to?
Ask Rob Life.
That's a damn good point, bro.
Who's
I
he
got the
talking to?
Sideshow Cable statue, and it's same thing. It's got that piece. It's always there.
That's how he showed up in the comic books, but still, it's like
Take it off.
he was visually created by Liefeld, right? Rob Liefeld.
yeah.
Makes sense. All the little pouches and 9 shoulder pads.
If I saw a guy like this in school, I'd rat on him, man. I'm like, what the? Look, this guy's up to something.
He's purple.
He's purple.
It's purple.
It's albino.
He's albino. Oh, this was interesting. They said his dad got.
This was actually a really cool throwback to the original show. One Man's Worth episodes. It was 2 of them, 1 and 2, and they defeated Nimrod at a college campus. So this is like kind of him seeping up into the ear of like just trying to survive. So it's really neat that they tied it into that old show where Nimrod was the main protagonist, and then got his freak on with the woman and created this guy.
Well, you makes you wonder though what happened to Nimrod.
Right, but I mean, and Jarhead, you probably have a better understanding than I do about this, but Bastion is kind of like
Amalgamation,
right, of Master Mole and Nimrod from the future.
So what
became a human kind of form?
What happened was there's an old story with the X-Men. There's something called the Siege Perilous. It's like a portal that it's like a kind of like a reality warping thing, and if you go through it, it kind of changes your history, your path that you're going down. Well, they fought Nimrod and Master Mold, right? And they somehow got pushed through that portal, and they merged into one being, and that's what came out was Bastion.
Did you guys catch in Bastion's old childhood room? There was a Robot Man doll in the box. He had a toy. Yeah. You didn't catch it on the clip, but I saw it in the episode.
He took over Robot Man's body at one point.
Yeah.
But technically, I mean, he is a mutant. Technically, I mean, he's just
right, because like the mutant ability was like to hear all the electronics and everything.
Yeah, kind of. Technomorph is what it's called.
Now, this happened in the comic books where they took over real people.
Yes.
Okay. I wonder what year that
Operation
story.
Do you remember which series that was?
It was with Bastion. When Bastion was around, he was creating Prime. They were called Prime Sentinels, and
that was the whole Operation Zero Tolerance, right?
It was part of it. This was later, but this came up. Like I said, they started experimenting on humans, and they were combining humans and robots together, basically.
Because that reminded me. You ever read Infinite Crisis?
Infinite Crisis, yeah.
The OMAC project, when they were giving everyone vaccines and all over the world, and the vaccine was nanobots and turned them into basically sentinels, but they're called OMACs.
Mm-hmm.
They could kill any metahuman. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
I love this scene where Wolverine goes like, "Man, Beast needs to find some. Beast always finds the weird girls, right?"
Yeah. This was the episode where we finally got to see Wolverine be Wolverine.
Yeah.
Too bad this is set in '97. There wasn't no furries back then. I bet Beast is getting a lot nowadays.
Yeah, he'd be like a star.
And this scene's where Nightcrawler and Wolverine.
Yeah, this action
sequence. One of the best animated scenes of the show.
Yeah.
That fight scene.
I like seeing him go through the teleport. You got to see it from his,
so badass.
I mean, Nightcrawler is really a beast, man. Like, he's just like, I mean, imagine the ability to be able to teleport around like that, and you're agile at the same time, and you've got swords, man.
So good.
And remember, he learned how to use those swords when he was a pirate, when he went back in time.
Yeah, and he didn't really get those until he came to Excalibur when he came on that team.
Mm-hmm.
It was neat seeing it, because he had the one on his tail as well. The animation here was like top notch.
I can't believe those things could heal themselves. Like, they destroy them and they come back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When Wolverine got jacked up into the sky, and just was falling down, just chopping through them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was epic.
Yeah, this was a great episode.
This is a perfect use of Wolverine. Like Jar had said, they didn't. It was good that they didn't make him the focal point, but stuff like this is what really kept him in the mind's eye there.
And then that's Jubilee's Generation X outfit, right?
This is when she, like, there's a later on the line she becomes a vampire.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like that was like, and like her outfit when they
how dare you?
I hated this Porsche. That was so corny.
I know, but it was good. It was good.
It was a weird little like, hey, look at our little family moment here.
You got a Porsche?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Paul Walker knows about that.
Wow, too soon. Oh, this was weird. Like where the mom betrays the kid.
Yeah. She probably funds those Sentinel programs and experiments.
Look at this flex, man. Like, what kind of car is this? Like,
the Rolls Royce, I think.
There, buddy.
Batman Beyond scene.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns, yeah. Tells him like.
This scene was really good, where she was talking about Genosha and how she wasn't like that. She was the thing that she found most frustrating or like unbelievable was that nobody was surprised. Like
Magneto was right.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, that was
when my man said enough and shot that out. Jarhead, tell me I'm different right here. This was the moment I knew we were getting a Fatal Attractions.
Oh yeah. This is exactly what happened in the Fatal Attractions, except it was kind of in reverse. because it's when the humans attacked him with that missile, the Magneto protocols. Yeah, he got pissed and did this.
And in Fatal Attraction, wasn't Colossus on his side?
Yes, but then he betrayed him when they got up there.
Yeah.
So in the comic, Colossus was going through a real struggle because his sister was died from the legacy virus. And, he was kind of pissed off that they didn't do more. He felt like he could have done more. And when Magneto came down and said, hey, come on with me, and he switched sides, it was kind of like an eye opener, like, wow, what's going on?
He came to his funeral, right? And he switched sides at the funeral.
Yeah, but when it happened with Rogue, I couldn't, like, I was almost like, oh, duh, how did I not see that? Because they kind of played that same angle with her the whole season. So she was pretty much the Colossus in this storyline.
Somebody should edit that part, this part, and play the thong song over it.
This was cool. Spider-Man coming out.
Yeah.
This was a
Guys,
great
like
cameo.
what?
Omega Red.
Baby, smell your butt. But. Say it again. Yeah, this was badass. This caught me on a surprise. I know people were like talking about this, but I was like, when is this part going to come up? And it just pops up like for 3 seconds.
So great.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of heat now because the show's been doing well that they're talking about reviving that as well.
Yeah.
Well, if they do that, they need to do Batman too.
They got a new Batman thing coming out though, right?
Yeah, it's going to be completely different though.
Yeah.
Just made by Bruce Timm as well.
You just don't. Yeah, I know, but I don't know if they're going to do a couple at the same time.
Silver Samurai.
Omega Red melted. That's how they beat him in the original series. They froze him. So this is cool that he's thawing out.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to make any kind of storyline with him, but it was neat to see this happen.
Yeah.
He was there at the end too. They showed him again later.
Yeah, they did. With the kind of background, just dying off the wall.
Morph my head with a drinking problem.
This was actually straight from the comic books too. This outfit he was wearing.
Yep.
I love the whited out eyes of Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to Jubilee there?
I messed up the sequence, so I got to go back all the way to the beginning.
God's sakes.
Yeah.
Amateur hour.
I know.
I love that he's back on Earth, and all of a sudden, those like that suit and the outfit that lets him walk is not a thing.
Why wouldn't you take that with you though? Like, it's like, hey, let me take this with me.
His wife got it in a divorce.
Wow.
And then to top it off, he's in this janky old wheelchair, and he rolls up on the nicer, the one that's all busted. And like, I can't use that either.
Yeah,
because then he comes into the mansion, and it's like a big old hole in the floor, and you're like, how's he getting past this?
This was a great scene too, because we finally got rid of that goofy outfit and got proper Magneto.
There's Sideshow, Prime 1.
That's right.
Yeah, here it is. Like, I can't even have that. Great. I got to roll with my hands.
My mom.
I like to see that he was like sad and crying and shit. That was pretty neat.
I never wanted to be Jubilee more than in that next scene.
This was a pretty good moment where he goes to put his hand out to like, hey, let's make this good, and he's like, nah, I'm good. F you.
Yeah, I like that.
Which then like 2 seconds later, he's like, hey, we're done with the blame game.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I like how Cable's always got a gun in his hand. Even if he's just like standing around, he's just got a gun in his hand.
He comes from the Terminator timeline. That's Kyle Reese.
I'd be like, hey man, like, same team. You see how their suits are starting to change little by little?
Yep.
Yeah.
Love it.
I like that.
That's his Sunspot. That's like the New Mutant suit, because how it's a little bit darker on the blues, like a blackish, like a navy blue. That's how it looked in the New Mutants.
Oh, what were they trying to do here?
Make a collar to shut down
they
the
were
mutant's
making
powers.
a headpiece for Bastion to control him.
Oh, that's right.
And they're like, hey, we can kill this shit permanently. And Storm was like, okay, sorry, not permanent.
Yeah, they could have just used that gun that was used on her.
Right. Also, the big thing was like, hey, the world's dying. We need to flip get Magneto to turn his back. Why didn't Morph just do it?
Morph, he can only do physical powers. He can't do like energy protection. Right? Yeah, so like if you notice in the series, he never did anything like energy protection.
No, you're right. You know what? That's good that you brought that up because that was a little plot hole that I thought was a little strange. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect description.
Just physical.
This was great. They're like, we got to go find Magneto. He's like, bitch, I'm right here.
Yeah.
And I brought a big rock with me.
Yeah.
They learned that from Age of Ultron. I love
right
reveal the suit.
When Rogue went to that side, I was like, how did I not see that coming?
She's got the old school.
Somebody mentioned she's wearing Gambit's jacket there too.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty.
I like how she just lays it on Professor X. Dude's like, here, hold this.
Ever since Xavier came back, it was just disappointment and sadness. Like everybody's like, oh, God, her too. Oh, God. There was a really good conversation here too, where he told him he was like, his dream was wrong, and pretty much what he said all along was right.
There you go, Jordan.
He's got a gun in his hand.
Yeah.
He's overcompensating. He must have inherited something from Cyclops.
You see what Nelson Ortega said? He said Cable was just exercising his First Amendment right.
Second Amendment.
Makes sense. Yeah. That would be the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
In some states, it's the first.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was 30 years in the making. It was brilliant.
His MVC
I saw that original X movie when it came out, and the whole what we expected, like yellow spandex.
Yeah, I'm glad they took a dig at what's
so that's all these years later they corrected it. It was like F you right back at them.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Talks to the president in his make-believe little mind.
Bryan Singer, that's his name.
Yep.
The one who said, you're not allowed to read the comic books. We're not allowed to make it look like the comic books.
We're not allowed to have comics on the set or anything.
Yeah. What an idiot.
I don't know why they're making Morph wear a football outfit.
He had that in the comic books.
Yeah, but it had a cape attached.
Yeah, he had a cape too. I thought he did have a cape. I didn't see it.
I like it.
The brown suit Wolverine was great.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I was really, really, really happy to see that.
Their 14th jet.
14th and 15th.
Yeah.
One's a spaceship.
Yeah, this was amazing, man. Some of the scenes in this thing, if you just pause it like this is beautiful right here.
Yeah.
So this was a cool little conversation and moment between them.
What were they saying to each other here?
You make them mind the weather, and make them weather your mind.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Girl power.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of this?
Morph Smash.
Morph Smash.
That was awesome.
It was neat to see, and it didn't last long, so it was just a nice little bonus.
If only he would have did that in the original series, he wouldn't have died so quickly.
Right. This was unbelievably animated. The way he was moving around.
Yeah, he was putting in the work. I liked his fighting skills. That was neat.
Yeah, sliding back and forth and flying in the air and then becoming that shadow thing under the car.
Yeah, that was
He's
awesome.
like, you're my plaything. You can't beat me.
Yeah. And talking shit to her, right? Like, I know where you end and
yeah.
Madison starts and all that stuff.
And then there goes the next statue.
Yeah.
And there's a statue that Jarhead was comparing last night right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the thing is too, technically the Tri-Sentinel was way bigger than that. So I don't know. They shrunk it for this show, putting it here in the asteroid end because it was way bigger,
Yeah.
It just looks like a regular Sentinel head here.
Yeah. I love that. Shut up.
No, I've always wanted to tell you 2 words.
But he also told him that like you're a traitor to your race. The conversation here was brilliant.
Yeah. Keeps
Marvel
battling.
I didn't expect Cable to turn coat, and I don't know why I didn't. But
That was a
kind of
cool.
caught me a little off guard.
This is a cool scene though when they were fighting each other, like how he was using his, he started using his powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a great episode.
I called, Jordan and I talked about it already. Like, I called it a mile away, like the whole Fatal Attractions finale. With the,
to me, episode 5 and then this one are the 2 best episodes.
I don't understand what when he used that, because I thought he was going to take his powers away right there, like wipe him right there, but it didn't happen.
After he got his helmet off, I agree. And he put the helmet on him, which was really slick.
And look, blood.
Yeah.
I know.
Epic.
This was great too because he gave him a line back in the old episode. I think it was the end of the first season when they were flying off to take out all the Sentinels. Magneto was standing there watching fly away, and he said, "The brave are always the first to die."
Oh, that's it.
So Wolverine's words here was like a throwback. It was so
That's
good.
slick.
I
And
know.
then
You
he
finally got to
immediately
kill
gets what he
somebody.
deserved.
What happened?
You guys see it? Like it's starting to like.
When I remember when I was a kid and reading this in the comic books when this happened,
Yep.
dude, I was like, whoa.
Me too, man. I was not a kid, but I read that shit when I was in my 20s, and I was like, holy hell.
Yeah,
This-
I think I was a teenager. I was
This
like,
is directly from the comic books right
yeah.
here.
When it happened, I was like, it's about damn time. I always thought it was silly when I was a kid that Wolverine and Colossus and Archangel with the metal wings would come try and fight Magneto. It's like, sit them at home when you're going to fight Magneto.
In the comic, the conversation between Magneto and Wolverine here was really, really slick. Like he's like pretty much telling him, "I respect you and your will to fight, but it's over. We're done playing these games."
Yeah, he was like, goodbye, my old enemy, or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember. Then he ripped it out. There was like a whole page scene of just him getting his adamantium ripped out.
Yep.
And then the next comic after that was they were flying back from the asteroid, and it was like they were like crashing, and it was like they were trying to keep him alive at the same time, and it was like it was just nuts. The whole Fatal Attraction run was really crazy.
I loved it.
So unfortunately, they didn't have screen grabs online for episode 10, so I'm just
That's
gonna
all
grab it for me. So
we can certainly ad lib.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought like it was gonna. Well, people were mentioning that it was gonna be Onslaught.
It's
Hold
coming.
on.
It's coming.
Before you get to Onslaught, we gotta cover that 10th episode because in the comics, right after Wolverine got his adamantium ripped out, Magneto got his mind erased.
That was the scene right there. If you go back to the next one, that was straight from the comic books to this part.
Yeah.
So instead of that last episode where they had that conversation in the minds, he just erased his mind. He kind of just jacked him up, and he was Magneto at that point was just a vegetable for I don't remember how long it was.
Yeah, he's in a coma. Colossus was taking care of him.
Yeah, well, that's also what spurned the whole story with Exodus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought this part was lame. They just stood there, and those Sentinel creatures came, and they couldn't even beat one. They just stand there and watched. Daredevil got his ass whooped in this episode over and over again. He was getting beat bad.
I love how
a ton of cameos here.
Yeah.
Bombay.
I love how the Sentinels were scratching out the windows, but then Black Panther just busted the window. He was like,
Yeah.
"Come at me." That was badass.
Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
This was slick.
This is a Russian, like the Russian Avengers, basically. I forgot what they're called. Alpha Flight. I don't know why Psylocke's with Alpha Flight.
I don't remember Alpha Flight.
And the girl behind her, I'm thinking it's Dr. Reyes. It's like a newer mutant. She has like the power to like put a shield over herself, basically.
Yeah, it was odd to see her with them.
So when the Phoenix comes out, I thought that was a pretty cool scene.
I thought that was lame.
It was kind of
You didn't like it?
I mean,
convenient.
I didn't have a problem with it popping out, but the way it was like, here it is, okay, it's gone.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And then she rips the DNA from him to make him mortal again, and then he just runs and hides. They don't lock him up. They don't put him behind bars. All right,
I know.
do it again.
I know. Like,
Here's all the knowledge.
runs over to Morph. Show me my face.
I thought it was funny how he ran out like an
Point.
old guy. He's like, oh no.
That's why I said it was. They
I thought it
ripped
was
off
funny.
the Thundercats. It's just like Mumra. Mumra's all big and buff, and then when he sees his reflection, he shrivels up and runs away.
Show me my face.
Bastion's upgrades were pretty dope, and then as she was kicking his ass and his face was getting all more jacked up.
Yeah, I liked it when he ripped Cable's arm off and then absorbed it.
This happened in the comic books too when he got those wings. I think he tore him off Archangel from what I remember, or something like that. Something happened with Archangel's wings, and I think he like took the virus or whatever from Archangel, like because Apocalypse is what gave Archangel his wings, and then he also gave Cable the techno-organic virus, and he used that to bolster his powers basically. So.
Oh yeah, this was badass.
Yeah.
When she just
She had enough, man. She wanted to do work.
remember it. Yeah, they grabbed two scenes perfect right here.
Oh yeah, now you see Apocalypse's statue there.
Yeah, that was some people asked about this yesterday. Like, how could people breathe in space because they're on the moon? And the blue side of the moon, it goes from like old school days from X-Men, but there's a part of the moon that has oxygen, basically.
And humans lived there, I thought.
Yeah, they did, and Apocalypse. So several people, and the Watchers lived there too.
Yeah, Watchers lived there too.
But it's the blue side of the moon. And it has like oxygen that you can breathe on.
Yeah, it says it also became home to Atlan in the comics, the city of the Inhumans led by Black Bolt.
Yeah, a lot of people have used it over the years.
King T'Chaka. Magneto Protocol. I thought that was pretty interesting. Like they just launched nukes.
I've always laughed at that because it's like the Magneto protocols shoot missiles at him that he can deflect.
Yeah.
Yep.
That he can turn into a cool XM statue.
I like this picture because it's got Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
and I believe Polaris there on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their new mommy.
Rogue.
Basically, his family.
Yeah. As much as it deviated from the comic where he erased Magneto's mind, how they did it here with him, them having that whole conversation in the bar, it was really well done.
Sauron.
Ooh, I did not see this. Fantastic.
When they were getting pulled out of the spaceship, he turned into Mr. Fantastic.
Wow. It says radio station 1996.06 says listening to reports that the Magneto Protocol failed to intercept asteroid M from falling to Earth. Two civilians are in their car listening to 1999-06. Was the same year in which Onslaught made his first appearance in Marvel Comics. Oh, that's cool.
Onslaught story I don't think it was overly well received.
No.
As far as fans.
It was interesting. I remember reading it too, and I remember the first introduction to him being like his name being said. Juggernaut landed in New York, and he was knocked out, and they're like he was half dead, and they're like, "What just happened? Like, how did this happen?" And he wakes up, and he's like, "Onslaught," and it was just like, "Who the hell is Onslaught? What is this? What's going on?" Like, so
this was good too. This wall he had.
Oh yeah, from Days of Future Past.
Yeah, but if you got a close-up look at this, he sees which ones are presumed dead or missing and still around. Like right there on the bottom, fourth from the right, that's Exodus, still around, man. So I'm hoping that he goes up.
He Pride.
Shadowcat, Magic looks like.
Yes, I'm hoping
Archangel.
Forge and Bishop make new X-Men teams based on Colossus, Iceman, Havoc. These guys right here, and they go and find the other X-Men.
It'll be interesting to see how they attack the split timelines. I was hopeful that the Mind Erase would happen, which would lead to the Blood Tie story, which is one of my favorites.
Creed was Sabretooth's son in the comics, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yep. They brought him back recently too. There was a Wolverine, like the anniversary event, like I forget what it was called, but they brought him back. He's like, trying to kill his dad or something.
And I was disappointed about this. I was hoping we were going to get Onslaught instead of Apocalypse again. I feel like they did Apocalypse in the original series to death.
We're definitely getting Onslaught.
Yeah, it's so in the storyline too. So Onslaught's going to show up later. I think probably at the end of next season or the beginning of the following season. I think, but this is going to show the history of Apocalypse. I'm sure, but Apocalypse was in the Onslaught story. He helped defeat Onslaught. That was like a part of it. But I don't know. I think this is needed because they're going to bring back Gambit through this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but a lot of people are talking about they're thinking they're going to go towards Age of Apocalypse, and there's really nothing pointing towards that other than Apocalypse.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping,
all the things that made Age of Apocalypse happen aren't even close to a thing here.
This is when he was just a regular mutant, though. He didn't have his celestial armor or any of that stuff. So,
what I'm hoping is they need to defeat Apocalypse in the next season, and then they struggle so hard that they become Onslaught to defeat Apocalypse, and then they got to try and fight Onslaught. I'm hoping that's what they do.
But they made mention multiple times in that section where Magneto and Xavier were mind melting.
Yeah.
But they made multiple references to how, oh no, this could be a problem, which is clearly what created the Onslaught.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They kept foreshadowing it, so I was hoping it was going to happen.
It's just a matter of when.
So the old lady that they meet in the future, that's actually their daughter. That's what's her name? Rachel Summers. She's from the future, Bishop's future basically, and she travels back to the past. She's like a hound, What's called a hound. And she travels back to the past and she tries to help stop the future from happening, but then she gets catapulted to the way future, and she makes this clan, the Scani clan, and helps raise Cable and all kinds of other things later down the road.
Young Nate, right?
Yeah.
Man, Jarhead's giving spoilers for season 2 as well.
How do you think they're going to bring in the Onslaught? Because I guess they could kind of do whatever they want, because with the last season they kind of mashed up a few different stories. But Onslaught wasn't just Xavier and Magneto; it was also Nate Gray, who didn't exist until Age of Apocalypse.
He absorbs him later, so that could be another thing why people think that they're going to bring out the Age of Apocalypse, because technically you would have to have that first and do all that storyline.
They could certainly do it in like a 2 or 3 episode thing, like they did the Phoenix Saga in the old original show.
Yeah, I would like to see them introduce Onslaught like how they did it in the comics, where they see a falling star and it ends up being Juggernaut. He lands in the middle of New York. I would like to see that and do that.
And remember in the comic books, Strife whooped up Apocalypse. Apocalypse had to run to the X-Men for help to beat Strife. I wonder if Strife will be in the next season.
That was a different. I forget the name of that. Was it Executioner Song? That
Executioner Song, yeah. Wasn't Strife just like a clone of Cable?
Yes, but without the virus, basically.
Yeah.
Chuck says, I really think that Apocalypse is going to be the reason for Avengers vs. X-Men. I feel like Onslaught would be the final boss of all the show, like X-Men and Avengers vs. Onslaught.
Yeah.
That's what, because they were kind of teasing Avengers, it's what made me think we might have gotten the Bloodline story or the Blood Tie story, because that
would be a cool one.
Avengers as well. But that's definitely not happening. They kind of skipped right over that.
Well, it felt like a regular Statue Tuesday. You know, we're hitting 2.5 hours, so that's how long usually our streams are on Tuesdays. So, but I usually end these with like, what's your score and your final thoughts? Loco, you want to go first?
Sure, 10 out of 10. That was great.
Wow. You recommend it? Like, you'll definitely. Are you gonna watch it again and stuff?
I will end up watching it again. So I'm actually, I want to binge watch it again and kind of just catch all little Easter eggs. But I'm psyched. I'm hoping 2 and 3 come out soon, and wherever they take it, hopefully it's just as good as this one.
Really quick question: do you think we should do it? We should do a review every episode, or do you like it this format, like all episodes in one?
It'd be kind of cool if you tag it onto your normal conversation, but I think a lot of people will complain with
they will
not watching it yet.
I haven't seen it.
I guess you can, but weekly, I think it's actually a really cool conversation because you remember everything fresh.
Yeah. Even if you did it like on a Tuesday before the Wednesday episode for the next week.
Yeah.
It would be cool if you could somehow. I know a lot of people don't read the comics, but it'd be somehow like cool as they're going through like the storylines, kind of like get an omnibus and kind of like go through the omnibus at the same time. I don't know. It's just nerdy me thinking about it.
That's like
damn
deep dive super fan stuff.
Yeah.
We could do that on Thursdays at 9:30 if you want.
Yeah. Season 2
that sounds good.
What'd you say, Evan?
Is season 2 going to be called X-Men 98?
I hope not. I thought it was going to come out sooner than like. I don't know. They didn't even release
the voice acting's already done. It's just animation that's left, I think.
Yeah, they worked on 1 and 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
Now they're working on 3 and season 3 and 4.
I know they greenlit season 3 like the week that this first episode aired.
So Loco scores at 10 out of 10. How about you, Glass Joe?
I will go maybe a step above that, because I think a 10 out of 10. I agree with Loco there, but I also think this is Marvel's version. Like this is Marvel's Batman animated series, which I think is DC's high watermark. I think this is the best thing that Marvel's, outside of comic books, I think it's the best thing Marvel's ever done.
Hell yeah. How about you, Jared?
Out of 10?
Whatever you want. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10.
So out of 10, I would go 15 out of 10.
Yeah. I second that motion.
I mean, because this man, this is my childhood right here. Like, this is like X-Men and the animated show was like my childhood years. Like, I remember it so vividly. So, I mean, this is me right here. This is my encompasses, my era. So that's why Glass Joe was saying about this is the best thing that Marvel's done. For me, I agree, because I'm such a big X-Men fan. Unless they knock the live action out of the water, which I'm dreading. I'm dreading it.
I am too. I mean, I'm hopeful, but I'm dreading.
Yeah. So, and I didn't even think they were gonna do this show justice, but to me, this season has been better than the old school cartoon. Yep. So I'm definitely. I'm loving it, and I'm hoping. I'm very hopeful for the next few seasons to see where it goes. And as a big time X-Men fan, I mean, I'm just
Wow.
So,
Awesome. Chuck is asking a quick question. Was there a reason Gambit changed voices?
I don't know what the reason was. Because the guy who voiced Gambit back then was involved. He was Cable. So I don't know why they got a different guy to voice him. They did that with a few different people. Like, they kind of switched some people around, but they still had them involved. Like the girl who was like the liaison for X Factor.
Val Cooper.
She was voiced by the girl who did Jean in the old series. And the girl who did Jean in this series, I think, was the girl who did Jean from the animated show that followed X-Men animated series.
I think the voice actor Gambit saw the character sheet of Gambit in that pink shirt, and he's like, "I'll let you do it."
Yeah, he's going to be RIP soon, so maybe I'll do this guy. Yeah, I don't know, but he knocked it out of the park for Cable. So a few of the people shifted around for some reason. I don't know why.
How about you, Evan? What's your score on this one?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I don't think it was perfect. It had its flaws. It had its filler episodes.
Let me kick him out real quick.
Get rid of the guy.
9 out of 10. That's a good
But it
score.
was definitely better than the old.
There were no flaws.
And like growing up in the 90s, I watched all the cartoons. I have every Marvel cartoon ever made on DVD. I hope this comes out on Blu-ray. I will buy it in a second. To me, Fantastic Four was the best Marvel cartoon that they did in the 90s.
Wow.
And then it was Spider-Man, the 90s series, and then X-Men below that.
Wow.
Kick him out.
Yeah,
Nah, I mean,
he's gone. He's gone.
I'm holding back, Evan. I'm sorry. I'm holding back. Magneto's holding me back.
Like I said, I watched all those when they were on every week, whenever they aired, and then I bought the DVDs as an adult and rewatched them all. So I have both the nostalgia and the adult opinion of it. So that's what I think.
It's all good. We'll fight later. We'll fight on tournament mode if you want. That's still a good score. 9 out of 10. I think that's a good score.
Yeah, solid score.
You're gonna get a bunch of hate mail soon. Email.
I think as a general consensus, everyone wanted this to be what we got, but
Yeah.
never we would get it.
Yep. I give it like a 10 out of 10 too, because just exactly what Joe said. Like every week, everyone kept talking about it. We're talking about it now, and I got a shirt for this thing. I usually don't get.
Tomorrow, man. Get some round up in shirts.
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody
I think one of the best
expected
things
this.
that came out of this was the merchandising. We got so much X-Men merchandising because of this too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to your point, I think we're going to get maybe more things because of it, even for the next couple of years. So it kind of just lit the fuse again for X-Men.
Yeah, I definitely had zero faith in Disney that they would make it great or make it as good as the old series, and then they made it better. They really
Agreed.
From the animation to the storytelling to it was just
The
it was
voice
really
acting.
good.
I was
I
concerned
didn't.
until part of those voice actors died, and I was like, who the hell are going to get to fill those shoes? Those guys crushed it, man.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure each one of us is going to get a statue of X-Men pretty soon, so there's that too. So
I've been trying to find the Bowen Storm statue. I've been trying to get that for years.
Which one? The one where she's in the
Where
black
she's
suit?
standing like this.
Oh, I haven't seen that one first. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
Well, the bone pieces were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 2 hours and a half. Great catching up with you guys on this one. This one, it was hard. I'm sorry I didn't get the last episode all together. They didn't have it online. I was trying to find it online. But gathering of the pictures was pretty badass. And then hearing your guys' perspective, especially Jarhead and everyone else's comic references, I was like, oh shoot, that makes sense now. Oh shoot, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
So that was cool to touch up on. Yeah, man. We could do this for another thing too if you guys ever want to.
Oh,
but,
real quick, I sent you the memes I made about the show. Just check them out real quick.
Yeah.
There better not be any Wolverine things in there.
Not any more Wolverine shit in there.
We should do a read along on the next season. Like, these are the comics. We're releasing them before the series. That'd be kind of
like Jarhead said earlier, they went through a lot of different storylines.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe either we can do like a something for it where we go through the storylines that they talk about through.
Yeah.
So this is from It's Me Evan on YouTube, and I didn't look through these Jarhead. I saw one. There we go.
Oh,
how dare you?
how dare you?
Wow.
They gave him the
That's
same.
that one's perfect.
Yeah.
That makes up for that Wolverine one.
Well, you guys, let's get out of here. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Yeah, represent. Go watch it. Make your mama watch it. Go make your kids watch it. Yeah. All right, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Peace.
All right. Take care.